highly valued comic book collection, or your 1976 Tirana in mint condition. If you don't have a will, you'll never know. Donlan Lawyers specialise in wills and estate planning. From the simplest to the most complex, Donlan Lawyers will give effect to your wishes. For wills and estate planning, visit donlanlawyers.com. Hindmarsh Square, Adelaide, and Ocean Street, Victor Harbour.
Do you love our beautiful South Australian wildlife? Join the Walk for Wildlife Challenge during the Nature Festival. Save Our Wildlife Foundation are a 100% volunteer organisation helping rescue South Australian wildlife 24/7. So join us and show your support by taking the 24-kilometre Walk for Wildlife Challenge. Walk, run or cycle 24 kilometres from October 5th to 16th and help care for our sick, injured and orphaned wildlife. Search Save Our Wildlife Foundation to register or donate today.
Life sends us in all kinds of different directions. So if it's time for a new place, whether it's your first or your next, People's Choice will have you right at home. With great rates and flexible appointments, our home loan specialist can make it happen, wherever you are, because we're for easy journeys. Learn more online or in branch. Finding the right home is half the battle. Finding the right people to get you there is simple. People's Choice. Terms, conditions, fees, charges and lending criteria apply. Full details available on application. People's Choice Credit Union is referred to as People's Choice.
Online, on DAB Digital Radio and on 1395 AM. Talking Adelaide. This is Adelaide's FIVEAA.
A shower or two this afternoon, showers tomorrow and 16. With the 4 o'clock news, I'm Mel Usher. South Australia is experiencing one of the worst outbreaks of tuberculosis in more than a decade. 2 more cases have been reported. One is a child under the age of 5. The other recently travelled while potentially infectious to Port Augusta and several APY Lands communities. The federal opposition is dismissing a planned overhaul of Australia's migration system as a desperate and cheap distraction. A major report has found serious flaws which have allowed organised crime, sexual exploitation and human trafficking to flourish. The government says former Home Affairs Minister Peter Dutton needs to take responsibility for the findings. But the now opposition leader says that's ridiculous.
I cancelled over 6,000 visas of criminals, of people who had committed rape, sexual assault against women and men, pedophiles. I cancelled the visas of drug traffickers, and our country is safer today because of that. Labor has not done a fraction of the visa cancellations.
Some Coles and Woolworths workers will walk off the job on Saturday in a push for higher pay and conditions. The 2-hour stoppage will be the first nationally coordinated supermarket strike in Australian history. Around 1,000 will take part, and they say it will have minimal impact on their stores' operations. The fallout from Victoria pulling out of hosting the Commonwealth Games continues. New Premier Jacinta Allen says lawyers were hired as far back as June 14 to cancel the event. Stephanie Wacklowick has more.
It was just a day after Jacinta Allen told a parliamentary committee she was confident the Games would go ahead that she says she learnt lawyers had been hired to negotiate the cancellation of the event.
I was advised on the 14th of June that the Premier was seeking legal advice.
New documents reveal the state government spent more than $1.25 billion on legal fees to withdraw from the Commonwealth Games in June. Despite being the minister in charge of the event, Ms Allen says the matter was in the hands of the former Premier's department, and while she was aware legal advice was being sought over several weeks, the decision to cancel wasn't confirmed until the day before the announcement was made.
I stand by everything I said at PAAC at that time.
Public hearings into the Commonwealth Games bid will get underway next week. Opposition leader John Pizzuto says the new Allen government is in chaos.
1 week in, Jacinta Allen is off to a disastrous start.
The countdown to the Adelaide Fringe continues. The 2024 poster was revealed today. It's called All In and was chosen as it reflects the diversity, passion and talent of Fringe performers and artists. And Jimmy Barnes and his wife Jane are now members of the KISS Army. Paul Stanley asked his followers on social media what he should do while in Sydney this week. And he got a call from Barnesy inviting him to dinner. Paul thanking the Aussie rocker online for a great night out. Now turning to 5AA Sport.
Collect the 2023 AFL and new Team Coach AFLW footy cards at Sports Card World Regent Arcade.
Adelaide restricted free agent Tom Doedee has nominated Brisbane as his new home. The Lions have confirmed they will now work with the Crows. Sydney Swans captain Callum Mills has apologised to fans after sustaining a serious shoulder injury while wrestling a teammate at the club's Mad Monday celebrations. Well, it's day 2 of the Shield clash between SA and Tasmania. The Tigers are 7 for 352. The Redbacks made 307 in their first innings. Fans have braved the rain in Bathurst ahead of Sunday's 1000 for the traditional driver parade. And Australian tennis player Mark Polmans has been disqualified from the Shanghai Masters after smashing a ball into the face of an umpire. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Berkowitz Spring Sale. Up to 40% off sofas, chairs, dining, recliners and more. Berkowitz Furniture Mile End.
Afternoon, still got power out across a couple of suburbs from those storms the other night. Traffic lights out due to that. You find those lights around Greenfields and Gilman at the moment. Lane closed at Wingfield for work. Salisbury Highway to the Wingfield ramp. Speeds at 40. Slow going for works at Windsor Gardens at Olds Road near Longview Road with a camera Hayman Road at 2 Wells. Introducing the Subway Value Bites range, a whole range of delicious eats from just $2.50. Value never tasted so good. Order now on the Subway app. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast, the chance of a shower this afternoon, a shower or two tomorrow 18, Friday partly cloudy 19, then up to 20 and mostly sunny on Saturday. Right now it's 15 degrees. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News tonight.
I'm Brenton Raglis. Tonight, why the man who threatened to kill the state's police commissioner could be released in just 2 weeks. New local tuberculosis cases. The fresh health warning. At least 20 dead in a horror bus crash near Venice. The poisonous snake removed from hospital. Plus, the inside word why Crow's free agent Tom Doedee chose Brisbane. See the full story live on 9 News at 6 p.m. and on 9 Now.
The 5AA Sports Show. Rowey and Timmy G.
5 after 4. Welcome along on this Wednesday. Can you believe it? We're halfway through the week already and loads to discuss from the world of sport. Tim Ginniver, Stephen Rowe, good afternoon.
Oh, thank you, Sammy. Yeah, funny old day too. Wet early, sunshine late. We move our attention now, Timmy, to the trade period, and free agency starts Friday and Monday respectively. Adelaide United, the Mighty Sixers, the Redbacks, they're live at Karen Rolton Oval. Tasmania lead by 50 runs, 3 wickets in hand. Timmy, welcome.
Yes.
We've picked up where we left off, is that the term?
Oh, look.
So we picked up where we left off.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, they fought back in the batting.
Yes, they did.
And thanks to the skipper's 100, which was very, very well put together. But then we got a very slow start with the ball. It took a long time. They were 2 for a lot of runs. But we've just had a little bit of a hit back out of there. 7 for 357 when they were only about 4 for 290. So that's not a bad hit back. Okay. Well, if we can clean that tail up, the damage won't be too bad.
I had a look at this. We made 307 in 63 overs. That's around 5 and over. Have we got Dizball? Dizzy ball.
Yeah.
Instead of Bazball.
Might be a new... Yeah.
Now, it's not a big sample size.
No, not
yet. I like it.
Maybe.
You know, Dizzy loves England.
Yeah.
He loves Bazball.
Karen Rolton Oval too probably lends itself
well
to a high scoring affair.
Okay, if you're down there, give us some match report. Give us a game report. If you're there watching, tell us who's doing what, where, when, and how, because that's what we want to do this summer. If you're at the basketball, ring us. If you're at the 36ers, ring us. If you're at the cricket, ring us. If you're at the AFLW, ring us.
Yeah, if you're out in the park, ring us.
If you report it, ring us. Yeah. Lines available, ring us. Tom Doedee, no surprise, has requested a trade to the Lions. He's a restricted free agent after saying this on 5AA Brekkie with David and Will a few months ago.
Yeah, the idea has always been to stay at Adelaide, and ideal world, I'm at Adelaide.
So your desire all year has been to stay at the Crows?
Yeah. Yeah, that's been the goal, and we've gotten to a point where obviously the knee's complicated matters, but it hasn't changed the overarching feel for me, which was to be a Crow for life.
So what's changed? Tom's mind, which you have every right to, Crow's offer, which they have every right to, or Brisbane's appeal?
Something's
changed. Three. Something's changed.
Something's changed.
You don't go, I want to be a Crow for life.
Yeah, look.
And then all of a sudden, I'm out of here.
You got a feeling something in that mix that you've just mentioned. Maybe it was the offer from Adelaide that he went, no, I'm not too happy with that.
Yeah. Look, he's done his knee. We know that. We wish him well. Speedy recovery. He's professional. He's a great fella. And we're going to miss him on 5AA Brekkie. My take is the Crows may have lowballed him, and again, as I said, have every right to. I mean, if they've got people that can do it, they probably haven't honoured that original deal. He has then gone and fielded suitors, which you're allowed to do. He's a restricted free agent. One of them was including Collingwood. So the two premiership teams see value in him, Tom Doedee. I think once you start fielding inquiries, that's when you're gone.
You've already got a mindset.
In my whole life.
You're moving.
Yeah. But once that mind drifts, go.
Yeah.
Put your credit card there, put your keys there, and off.
Yeah, fair enough.
So he's gone. Crows will probably get a second-round pick compo for him. They reckon it's going to round out at about 30. We'll go through this at 4:30. Josh Worrell's a good natural replacement. Mitch Hinge starred in his role.
Yeah.
Starred in his role. He can make that his own. I think they'll now make a call on Ball Ace, and I think he survives. Well, I hope he does.
That'd be great.
Well, there's 9 spots. I know you love the family, so do I. He's just a ripping kid. And I'm not saying that they're going to miss Tom. I'm not saying he's in excess to needs, but if you're out, you're out. He's out.
One area that
Done.
Adelaide...
Timmy, done.
Yeah, but one area that Adelaide has strength in is the backline. It has a lot of depth in its backline, doesn't it? And they were able to show that during those injuries to Doedee and Murray and the like.
Well, Murray's going to need 2, remember?
Correct. And they were able to cover those gaps. And, you know, the Irishman, Keane, he stood up and played really well. And Ball Ace came in for his games and held himself well. So I think it's an area that you've got strength in. So if you were to lose somebody in each third, then probably down back's going to hurt you the least.
Yeah. The key for me now, and this is where I've had a little bit of angst or a little bit of negativity toward the club, it's now the attention's turned to list management. They now need to make the Doedee pick count. That's what it's all about now. Okay. If he's gone, whatever it lands, make it count.
So if it's in, you're saying
the
30s,
yeah. I don't know, whatever they do with that.
Make
whether
that
it's
count.
A player or whatnot. We'll go with that at greater length at 4:30. Timmy, give me a Port update, please. Who you after, who you getting, who you want.
Yeah, well, it's...
Because something's landed on my desk. Should we play it first?
Yeah, why not?
Ivan Soldo. Richmond's Ivan Soldo.
Yep.
Is on Port's radar.
They're definitely interested. I mean, Port have already got a commitment from Jordan Sweet, so they've got one ruckman in the door, but they've already moved on. Bryn Teakle, Scott Lysett and Sam Hayes are both out of contract. One of them I expect to depart, so they're looking for more security. It hasn't quite worked this year for Soldo. Played just the 8 games, had the foot issue again. He had a medical with Greater Western Sydney last year, and there was a little bit of concern around the health of his body, so we'll wait and see. He's contracted for next year. I think Richmond want to retain him, but I dare say he does get to Port.
That's Josh Gabelick on Trade Radar. Now, we're going to get a lot of this.
Of course.
Think they'll trade him, think of that.
There'll be a lot of rumours.
There's a lot of if, buts and can nuts in that comment. No question about that. We won't play a lot of that because it drives me mad. Soldo or Lysett?
Well, age-wise, age profile, 27 is Soldo.
Okay. Soldo or Hayes?
Yeah. You're going Soldo for experience. He's a big unit too. He's
Soldo
over
or Sweet?
2 metres.
Soldo or Sweet?
I haven't seen enough of Sweet. I haven't seen him play any games since he left North Adelaide, so it's hard for me to comment to see how much he's developed. He's 25 now. Yeah. He's in the right age bracket.
He is.
Sweet.
He's a big rooster.
He's
Soldo.
a big unit.
You see that bloke with the moustache?
He's got a big moustache.
He has.
Yeah, he does.
He'll fit in well at Port. Now, we'll go through that at greater detail at 4:30. Yes. But every year, a big name drives the trade period. Yeah? Every single year.
Yep.
And this one is as big as it gets, I reckon. And we're not talking about Brodie Grundy. Melbourne star Clayton Oliver, who has signed a $1 million a year, 7-year deal with the Demons. It starts as of the 1st of November. Contract's finished 31st of October. 1st of November, he's on a 7-year, $7 million deal. 4-time BNF, 3-time All-Australian, premiership player. He's 26 years of age. He's in his sweet spot. He is exactly what the Crows need. Exactly. If I could pick you a prototype, if I could draw you the player, if I could show you him, say, here's a picture.
Yes.
That's who we want. Have a listen to this, Tom Morris.
I'm prepared to say now that Adelaide and Essendon are two clubs which have shown more than just a passing interest in Clayton Oliver. Adelaide and Essendon. So the Crows have the connection with their fitness boss, Darren Burgess, who has an excellent relationship with Oliver at Melbourne. Oliver really liked him, and we know that one of Oliver's biggest gripes with the Demons, whether it's fair or not is not for me to decide, is that he feels as if his troubles this year with injuries were mishandled.
Now that's more than a hope. That's a can you feel it? That's a I'm getting excited.
Would there be a club in the AFL not interested in Clayton Oliver?
No, correct.
Yeah,
you
so,
got me there.
So you narrowed it
17
down to
club.
two.
Yeah, Timmy. Yeah. No, but forget T. Morris. Everyone's going to be doing that sort of stuff.
But
how's this unique home-style food text from Ben D? D. Burgess, Jordan Dawson and Rory Laird spotted at Tullamarine this afternoon. Clayton Oliver. Could they be going to see Clayton Oliver?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, boy.
It could be.
Hit it.
No, you can't.
No, hit it.
Can't.
Crows are playing a grand final if they get this bloke. No, I don't care what anyone. No, Timmy, you can laugh all you want. They get Clayton Oliver.
No, I'm not laughing about that fact.
They're in a GF.
What I'm laughing about is I believe there'll be more clubs than those two.
Okay.
If he becomes, yes, I'm interested in moving, wow. They'll be all over him.
I'm giving them pick 9. That's what the Crows
like
have
ants
got.
on a sugar cube.
I'm giving them pick 9. S. McAdam, he's going there anyway. I'm giving a future first. Tom Duday falls at 30. I'm giving you that. You were all in on Jason Horne-Francis.
Yes.
Right now, Jason Horne-Francis doesn't tie this lad's shoes.
Yeah, right now. But
they've
made a bid for the future.
Jason Horne-Francis will win a Brownlow. Yeah. He's a generational player. But right now, he ain't won 4 B&Fs, 3 All-Australians and Premiership player.
Well, I'm telling you right now, why wouldn't Port Adelaide be interested in
They would be, of course they would be.
That's what I'm saying.
But someone might have to spit out where's number 16.
Right. Well, whoever it may be.
Yeah.
But
your midfield doesn't need Oliver. Our midfield does.
I think Port
You've got him, Ollie Wines.
It needs more depth.
Does it?
It's only got probably a 5 rotation, needs 7.
I've just had our producer come through our cans. There's a grab from Channel 7 that might burst my balloon or flatten my tyres from Clayton Oliver.
It was a little bit frustrating on my behalf, and I probably didn't handle it the way I should have. But yeah, the team at Melbourne and medical staff are unbelievable.
That's Clayton Oliver. So that last is that a? But wow, get back here, Burjo.
But I'll counter that with Tom Duday's earlier quote.
There you go, Timmy.
What they say and what they do.
Can't believe it.
Two totally different things.
Our fitness bloke that Clayton Oliver loves, our captain Dawson, who everyone loves, and Rory Laird, who can he can sell ice to an Eskimo, are out to see Clayton Oliver. If the rumours are correct, and boy, oh boy, I can feel the table lifting. My hope for next year, I'm like a frill-neck lizard.
You have
you
been
won't
today.
be able to. Mate, if they get Oliver, 8223 Crows. Do you want him? And what are you giving up? And where will you end up on the ladder? Are you with me in a GF? Can you get into a GF on the back of one player? Has that ever happened?
But if you look at what
2 years ago, Collingwood was 17th.
Yes, that's right. And look what they did in
They got
2
Mitchell,
years.
Brownlow medalist in the midfield, and the young fella Bobby.
Yeah.
Oh, well, Dacos probably in
Was
that
there.
time. Yeah, fair call. Father son.
That would be. It'd be possible. You look at your year this year.
You got the bones.
You were closer in offense and defense to that magical window that they were talking about.
What's the dart song? Can you play
Charlie
that?
Chelsea.
Timmy, we got Oliver. And you're jealous.
No.
We got Oliver.
I'm just thinking
Get
about
on the
darts.
Foodland live stream. I am up. You want hope?
Yeah.
Get Oliver, Crows.
Yeah.
Can Justin Reid get that one over the line? Bop-bop.
See what goes.
8223 And Port, are you still all in on Ollie now that Bokey's done? 8223
What are you giving up? 18 after 4. Where are they now on tonight's program? We're going to talk Bathurst as well with Channel 7's Mark Beretta. We'll check in with our Redbacks down at Karen Rolton Oval with Tommy Cooper. Plus, Motocross legends in Adelaide this weekend. Chad Reed, will chat to him. Plus, another chance for you to win a twin pack of Rusden wines and go in the draw for that Vintec wine cabinet, Timmy, which you'll be giving away some clues for during the show. We might do that after the break. 18 minutes after 4, as Rowey said, 8223 0000 is the number. Feel free to give us a call. We'd love to hear from you.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show. This year, together with Adelaide Exposed Concrete, we're hitting the fairways for 5AA's All-Star Golf Day. Featuring your favourite 5AA presenters and some sporting superstars, it'll be an unmissable day out on Friday the 6th of October at the stunning Glenelg Golf Club. For more information, booking info or to win your way there, visit 5AA.com.au. When it comes to any type of plumbing, always trust a master plumber. Go to findamasterplumber.com.au.
5AA's Tech Talk with your host, Adelaide Tech guy Richard Pascoe. Thanks to Harvey Norman Computers.
The latest flagship phones from Samsung and Apple are now all available at Harvey Norman. So whether you're after the latest Samsung Flip or Fold phone or the new iPhone 15, Harvey Norman has got you covered. Optus and Harvey Norman have teamed up to give you the best available offer to help go towards your new phone purchase. Eligible customers receive a $1,200 Harvey Norman gift card when connecting to a new Optus $99 SIM-only plan for 24 months. What better way to take advantage of the $1,200 gift card than to put it towards the latest Samsung Flip or Fold or new iPhone 15? Offer ends October 4. It's in-store only, not available with any other offers. Minimum plan cost over 24 months is $2,376. Plan cancellation fees apply. Terms and conditions apply.
Check out this great offer at a Harvey Norman store near you.
I like to call it a passion. I can be sitting relaxing. I'm spending this holiday locked in. Back then, wasn't worried about me though. In the gym, trying to work on my free throw. What's poppin'? Brand new whip, just hopped in.
The new Kia Seltos. That's what's poppin'. And yeah, it's got options. The new Kia Seltos. The word is out.
Brand new whip, just hopped in.
Kia, movement that inspires. What if I told you that our infant mortality rate is twice as high as non-Indigenous babies? That our kids are 11 times more likely to end up in foster care, half as likely to find employment, and will live 8 years less than average compared to non-Indigenous Australians. A no vote means no progress.
Authorised by Dean Parkin Australians for Indigenous Constitutional Recognition Limited, Sydney.
Life sends us in all kinds of different directions. So if it's time for a new place, whether it's your first or your next, People's Choice will have you right at home. With great rates and flexible appointments, our home loan specialist can make it happen, wherever you are, because we're for easy journeys. Learn more online or in branch. Finding the right home is half the battle. Finding the right people to get you there is simple. People's Choice. Terms, conditions, fees, charges and lending criteria apply. Full details available on application. People's Choice Credit Union is referred to as People's Choice.
Hi, Rory Sloan here for You Install It Kitchens. Are you planning a DIY renovation? Then visit the team at You Install It for the complete DIY kitchen solution. You Install It Kitchens cabinetry is custom sized and pre-assembled, saving you time and money. Plus, Soulstone by Cosentino benchtops, Oliveri sinks and taps, and a large range of appliances by Fisher & Paykel and Heyer. Visit one of the 5 locations, Modbury, Churchill Centre, Norwood, Glandore and Lonsdale. You Install It Kitchens, the complete DIY kitchen solution.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
22 minutes after 4. Very soon we'll get to your calls. 8223 0000. Crows fans particularly. Clayton Oliver on the radar. What would you give up for him if you wanted him at your footy club? 8223 0000. $50 Powers voucher to give away. First, let's check your traffic. Copper is critical to the energy transition, and the responsible production of SA copper is happening right now at BHP.
Traffic lights on the brink this Savo due to power outages around Greenfields and Gilman. Take it easy on the drive home today. Lane closed at Wingfield at the moment. That's on the Salisbury Highway to the Wingfield ramp. Speeds at 40. Sluggish at Felixstowe. Works there too. OG Road near Turner Street with cameras to Savo. Stebbin Heath Road, Andrews Farm and Sturton Road at Edinburgh. Celebrate Beaumont Tiles' grand opening in Paradise with 25% off all tiles and 10% off all bathroom wear and hard flooring. This Saturday only at Beaumont Tiles Paradise. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
All right, so 23 after 4. Now, all week and next week as well, we are going to be asking you the question, who do you think is in Rowey's wine cabinet, all to give away a twin pack of Rusden wines each and every night, plus to put you in the draw to win that 50-bottle Vintec wine cabinet full of Rusden wines. We want you to guess the South Australian footy legend who is in Rowey's wine cabinet, but clues will be given away so you can try and guess.
So you got to listen to the whole 3 hours.
Correct.
Timmy will give a clue, and then we ask for your clue and cue to call. Be the first caller through with it right.
Correct.
$1,800 Vintec cabinet full of Rusden wines, calling blackguards.
Oh,
Mate,
yeah.
I mean, put a value on that. You couldn't, Timmy.
No, you can't.
So what's the first clue?
I made my sample debut in 1971.
Okay. Now write that down. Sample debut in 1971.
Correct.
So these players are legends.
They are.
They're not S-row plotters. These are...
Oh, no, they could be. They could
Oh,
be.
really?
Yeah, well...
No, well, it could be too.
Yeah, yeah.
Who's in my...
I think you debuted a bit later than that, but yeah.
I'm not going to be in my own Vintec...
No, good point.
Fridge, thanks to Rusden's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
Now, 8223 0000 lines are always available. Tasmania at 62 runs in front, 2 wickets in hand. We're talking about Clayton Oliver.
Yeah.
We're playing. I got it all excited in the opener. Off air. Not on air, off air. Did you see me not run out?
Well, I saw you had
during
to
the
take
ad
a
break?
call.
I took a call. Let's just say he's a racehorse trainer in Queensland that will remain anonymous, who has links with Mark Burgess, who happens to be Darren's brother. And the trainer and Mark are good mates.
Right.
So I'm just trying to get a bit of a...
Frame it.
Like, you know, you hear trade radio, and they all... So this is close. That gives you validity, doesn't it? He phoned him and said, straight out, today, this happened today, is the Oliver thing real? He then went on to say, I know you know stuff, because the brothers are close. I mean, I'd tell my brother everything.
Okay, that's good.
If I said don't tell anyone, he wouldn't. But, you know, if you...
What about the other way around?
If you gave it, yeah. Oh, mate, I'm loose. Don't go telling me any secrets. He said 100% it's correct. Now, these are all being reported, these next facts, in Melbourne radio. Now, I can now clarify they are to be true. Clayton Oliver did ring Darren Burgess about his fitness. I think it was about mid-July.
Okay.
Burjo, this hasn't been reported, but I can now report it.
Wow.
Put him onto, as you would if you like a lad and you want to look after a lad, onto an independent physio. Ring this bloke. If you're not happy, ring this bloke. Now, that would happen all over the shop. Would it not?
Presumably.
Well, Blokey goes to America and gets looked after about holding his breath with Red Bull stuff.
Not from a medical point of view, no.
This is the new news. Crows coach Matthew Nix has spoken to Clayton Oliver. Fact, unfact, quote, unquote, and play it. Now, you can cue the... Which one?
Well...
Now, that says to me...
No, he did ring him.
Yeah, they've had a chat.
And he said, do you have Petrarca's number?
Oh, you! See, you're trying to rain on our parade, mate.
I am, actually.
We beat you in both showdowns.
Yeah.
We get Clayton Oliver $1 million a year for 7 years. You won't beat the Crows for 7 years.
Well, that's
how important this bloke is to us.
It's one of the unique homestyle food texts that have come through. Would Adelaide have to pay the $1 million a year?
Of course they would.
Or more?
Of course they would. Of course they would. Yeah, or it probably would be more to entice him. Well, it depends. It depends on him.
Yeah. Because he's...
He will be their first $1 million a year. Now, I don't know whether I'm getting a bit excited about something that's never going to happen.
7 years to, I think, 2030.
Yeah.
$1 million a year deal that he's done.
Starts November 1.
Why would he break that immediately?
Well,
just because he had an injury and went to a different physio?
No, hang on. Something's gone pear-shaped, mate.
So the situation with
What
Clayton
is it?
Oliver...
Real pear-shaped. Well, I don't know what went pear-shaped, but it's gone sideways.
Yeah, so it wasn't in attendance to the postseason celebrations for the Melbourne Footy Club, which the teammates have noted. They were confirmed for his welfare partway through the year. We knew he had his 3-month-long hamstring injury, and he's also had frustrations with the medical and high-performance team, strength and conditioning bosses.
These are all confirmed facts.
These are all things that have come out in the past. He had a moment where I think he was living with Max Gawn because they were worried about how he was going. And then there was the moment at the back end of the season where the confusion around the hospital. While he was in hospital, he'd had a blisters on his foot, an infection. People are questioning what's going on.
Oh, blisters is the reason to swap clubs.
Timmy, Oliver the Crows, you just jealous now.
I'm just saying.
You know if the Crows landed him, you wouldn't beat us next year.
Well, it's just a massive move for a guy that committed only 12 months ago.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
7 years. It's like, okay, there's got to be...
I agree with that.
And that's why I'm saying it's got to be deeper than a physio.
Of course it is. Something's gone sideways.
Something, living with Max Gawn. It's got to be something deeper than that.
Something's gone sideways. But he has spoken to my club. My club's spoken to Oliver. There's a contingent over there to meet him. Now it's up to the club to get a lucrative enough package to entice Melbourne to say, you know what, you're gone. Well, Brodie Grundy, they got Brodie Grundy from Collingwood. That was massive.
Melbourne did, yeah. And then,
but that's what I'm saying.
And they're going to offload him immediately.
Jeez.
Yeah, which is not good. A couple of unique Homestyle Foods texts. A couple of varying ones. One says, Rowey, throw the kitchen sink and the farm at him. We need to think forward to premierships. Not all about organic growth, says Anne. Rowey, I think you're dreaming, mate. Oliver won't go to Adelaide. I'll tell you why. One reason. Justin Reid couldn't feed a chip to a seagull, says Mark at Wallaroo.
That's Mark from Wallaroo.
Mark, that's harsh.
He's a fishing cobbler of mine.
Oh, is he?
Gave me some good marks down near Bird Island.
Is that why you came back with a big bag? Well
he might be right as well. Well, it all depends on that. Now, I'm just the... Don't shoot the messenger.
No, you're just the vehicle.
Did we not have a phone call off air?
You did.
To confirm.
No, that's 100% accurate.
So there's something happening. Can the Crows get that deal done?
If there's a deal to be done.
Okay, that's true. Hello, Huge.
G'day, lads. Geez, by 2030, $500,000 a year would be worth, what, 500K, wouldn't it? Easy money.
With inflation at 6%, yeah, you're probably right.
Now, Eugene's calling for the wine cabinet, the quiz.
Okay.
Who's in Rowey's cabinet?
Beauty. Who do you think it is, Huge?
Is it Blighty, Malcolm Blight?
Malcolm Blight is definitely a SANFL legend, but I think he made his SANFL debut in 1968.
Fair enough.
Did you know that? Yep. Straight off the bat?
Yep, bang, boom, ding.
You're a Rain Man.
Yep. So, well done, Malcolm. You've
Huge.
Career, but you are not our legend
So
today.
Another clue next half hour?
We will have another clue very, very soon. So keep on listening. Timmy will start to leak those out as we go. It's 29 to 5. We'll get to the headlines.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G. This is Adelaide's 5AA.
Good afternoon. Mel Usher with the latest news headlines. 2 further cases of tuberculosis have been reported in South Australia. There have been big turnouts at pre-polling stations in Adelaide today. A 2-hour stoppage by some Coles and Woolworths workers on the weekend will be the first nationally coordinated supermarket strike in Australian history. And in sport, the Tigers remain at the crease late on day 2 of the Shield clash against the Redbacks. They're 8 for 369 in reply to SA's 307. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Berkowitz Spring Sale. Up to 40% off sofas, chairs, dining, recliners and more. Berkowitz Furniture Mile End.
Crash to look out for at Para Hills today. Bridge Road near Maxwell Road. Pretty slow going around there at the moment. Traffic lights out of action due to power outages in a few suburbs, including Greenfields and Gilman. Take it easy on the drive home. Look out for a lane closed at Wingfield today. The Salisbury Highway near the Wingfield ramp speeds at 40. Cameras at Malala Road 2 Wells and Phillip Highway at Elizabeth South. Want to see celebrities go from first class travel to backpacking on a budget? Get ready for the Amazing Race Celebrity Edition, 7:30 tonight on 10 and 10 Play. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Checking the 5AA forecast, partly cloudy tonight down to 9, a shower or 2 developing tomorrow 18. Right now it is 15. We'll have more news at 5 and as it happens on 5AA.
This year, together with Adelaide Exposed Concrete, we're hitting the fairways for 5AA's All-Star Golf Day. Featuring your favourite 5AA presenters and some sporting superstars, it'll be an unmissable day out on Friday the 6th of October at the stunning Glenelg Golf Club. For more information, booking info or to win your way there, visit 5AA.com.au. The all-new Honda Kona is here, bigger and bolder, cutting-edge convenience and impressive safety tech, plus more interior space than ever. Hyundai.com.au.
Did you know that coffin signing is gaining popularity at funerals? Guests are asked to write a message to their loved one on a light-coloured coffin. For a personalised goodbye at a price you can afford, talk to the team at simplicityfunerals.com.au.
It's easy to get behind the wheel of a new Mawson Lakes Volkswagen right now. In fact, it's ridiculously easy. All you need to do is head to the showroom on Salisbury Highway, check out the range of new and demo Volkswagens on sale now, and then pick your favourite. How easy is that? All stock is ready for immediate delivery, with easy finance options available. And remember our next day servicing. Mawson Lakes Volkswagen, Salisbury Highway, just a short drive from the city.
Hey, did you turn the water off?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Ah!
Oh, sorry, you meant the mains.
They used to say a good plumber is hard to find. Having an industry-backed master plumber puts you on the right track. The industry badge ensures trust, integrity and strength to get the job done. Trust a Master Plumbers member to complete the job. Search for the Master Plumbers badge of approval at findamasterplumber.com.au.
I was just doing my job. I didn't think I'd get injured.
The doctor said it was a routine procedure? Right.
The car came out of nowhere and it smashed right into us.
At DBH Lawyers, we're here to listen to your story. Our team of local South Australian lawyers will help you navigate the law and find the best way forward. We're with you. We're for you. We're DBH Lawyers. dbh.com.au.
We're with Bronte Manuel from Toof and Toot. Bronte, I'm sure you get this question every day, but how is the market?
Well, record low stock levels combined with really healthy buyer activity means we're continuing to achieve strong results for our clients.
Yeah, that's interesting, especially given some of the stuff we keep hearing about living costs. So I'm guessing you don't expect prices to drop anytime soon then?
Well, we know the facts. Adelaide's annual home values have dropped only twice in 42 years, once by 4% and the other by 3%. Every other time there has been growth, either rapid growth like we've seen in recent years or more gradual. But there's always been some level of growth. So history tells us it's extremely unlikely Adelaide house prices are about to decrease.
To find out the value of your home, go to toop.com.au.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
24 minutes to 5. Where are they now at 5 o'clock tonight? We're also going to cross to Karen Rolton Oval very shortly. Day 2 for the Redbacks against Tasmania. Tommy Cooper is standing by for us.
Oh, magnificent unique home-style food text, Timmy.
Oh, yeah.
How's this one? So how many crows is it now as regular 5AA slots that have departed the club? 2 days now part of that. Lever.
Oh, it's the AA curse.
Dangerfield. Eddie.
Crouch.
Wow.
Davis?
Phil Davis. Oh,
Wow, as far back as that?
Yeah. Oh, Kurt Tippett.
Oh, no, this
Oh,
is
no,
ridiculous.
that ended in tears.
If I was you blokes, I wouldn't have a Crows on. I wouldn't have a Crows player on next
Oh, we'll
year.
just put someone on that we don't want.
Yeah, get someone who's retired or something.
Brody Smith isn't going anywhere.
Oh, no.
Well, is it more Bricky than Drive?
No, it's Drive and Brecky.
50-50.
It's both?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, Paddy was on Brecky.
Gee
Kurt
whiz.
was on with us.
Right.
That ended in tears.
Gee
I
whiz.
mean, honestly, fax machines went out with button-up boots. Now, let's do a Crows and Port off-season preview. Timmy,
Yeah.
I'll start with Port.
Yeah, so what we're obviously looking for, we've got names that have already come out of the hat, haven't we? Zerk Thatcher have said, yep, I want to come. Radicalia said, yep, I want to come, even though Chris Scott is being very defensive on that one. And we've had Jordan Sweet say he would like to come to Port Adelaide for more opportunity. So the Radicalia one, I think Chris Scott is playing classic Adrian Dodoro playbook, and he is going hard to say, if he's going, I want as much as I can possibly get for him. His expectation of that, I think they're going to try and find somewhere in the middle. Now, they couldn't get it done for pick 33 last year, but Radicalea was in contract still. So they may be more so because you can make them walk to the draft. And if Radicalea goes, look, I want to go to Port, well, it sort of ends up getting done. So that one could be ugly, but I think that'll probably happen. The Zerk Thatcher / Radicalea one is a little, because they're both defenders, both, tall key defenders that you want as so that Alir can play the intercept mark that he loves so much. It's just how do you get both? Yeah. Because you're going to sort of be in a similar mode to doing that. So whether that's a swap deal that ends up happening for another player or something that perhaps the Bombers have their eye on, that'll be an interesting one to watch. The sweet one, I think, is about Lysette. I still think Scott Lysette will probably get a contract with that, almost like, can you help the next bloke? That sort of can you mentor the next bloke? And he may play a lot of sample footy, but he's still at the club looking after maybe that younger option.
And if he's picked, you know he's going to be a warrior.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
When he's fresh and fit and healthy, he's AFL.
He can still fight.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
I think you're right
I
there.
think that's probably where that will end up landing. Sweet obviously has the relationship with Josh Carr. He was his first ruckman in the 2018 Premiership team at North Adelaide. So I think that's the connection there. I haven't seen him play since he left North, so I'd be interested to see how he's developed. He's now 25 years of age. So right in the sweet spot for mine. Port Adelaide and I had a look. So we know defence has been an issue, and their names there that can help that, without a doubt. Probably the area I think Port maybe need to fatten up is the mids.
Okay.
And that is either, some sort of a ruckman, and Soldo's on that table. But it's more so about the mids. You've got Drew and Wines, Rosie Butters, JHF. And that's Bokey hasn't gone through there, though.
Okay. Doesn't Bergman have a little Bo Peep in there at times?
Well,
Can he step up?
wing and back, but I think they really like him as a half-back.
Yeah, I do.
Look at the job he did on Toby Green second half. I think that's where he's going to sit and play great football.
Well, where's Jackson Mead and all that?
Well, I'm saying now, if you've got to fatten it up to 7, I think at the moment we've got 5.
Okay.
I think I want to see Mead go through there as a regular.
Yep.
I think he can be a good midfielder, left and right, beautiful skills, one-touch player, just needs time.
Yeah.
So get him in there, play him in there. I think then they've got to find a way of getting the 7th rotation. Who that is and how they do that, I'm not sure. Whether they muck around with their back line and say, right, Dan Houston, remember when he went in the middle and he made a big impact there as well. So that could be an option if they can't do anything, say, in the trade period.
Okay. You got pick 38, 44, 71. So nothing low. Will they bunch that up and get in lower to get a young lad, or do you think trade periods where they're going to try and get some movement?
Depends on how they get the Radicalea and Zerk Thatcher deals done. Because if they do those without touching that, they might be able to do exactly what you just said, which they've done before.
Okay. Well, they're very good at that. You got 5 list spots as we sit here today, depending on what happens to Fantasia and Lysett. Okay, Crows, we move on to them.
Yep.
Tyler Brown has been delisted. Amazed me that he got a spot in the first place. That was a list management fail, without a doubt. Jackson Haitley couldn't nail a spot. Fisher Mackesy, I mean, that's embarrassing. Andrew McPherson injured, crawled him. Tyrek Newchurch, 3 years, no game. Seed, as we know, sadly concussed. So that's 5. Ball Ace is out of a contract. I think he will get one now. Duday makes 6. Himmelberg makes 7. McAdam, we know, wants a club, is 8. So they may even have 9 spots depending on what happens with Ball Ace. So we move to their picks, 9, 21 and 24. I think Duday will end up about pick 30-ish. I think McAdam maybe mid-30s to 40s. So they've got a bit to play with there that they can move in the draft. Now, say there's 9 spots. They're not going to get 9 draftees.
No.
I'd think it might be 5 and 5 or 5 and 4, whatever it is. We know Chris Burgess is on the radar. Now, again, that amazes me. He's linked to the club. I'm not going to call him a list clogger. I heard on a local Adelaide radio footy director say he's going to be a good depth player. Well, he's not in front of Lockie Gallant. In actual fact, Lockie Gallant is miles ahead of him. And I think we've got to start backing that lad in. Mabio Chol, I mean, he's linked to other clubs, but again, It's a shocking word, list clogger. Depth people. I don't want depth people. So here's what I'm doing, Timmy.
You want first aider?
Here's
first aider.
Oh, 100%. My number one target, I am all in JHF style. Obviously, is Clayton Oliver.
Yep.
We mentioned that before 4:30. Whether that lands or not, I don't know. I'd have another red-hot crack at Brodie Grundy. Now, I reckon that ship sailed, but I'm just saying on my list, I've got my names up there. I've got Oliver, then I've got Grundy. Zach Bailey's the other one. Got links here. Went to school here. Loves
Good
Adelaide.
player.
I know he's just... Oh, mate. He's my number 3. And my number 4, and everyone's going to go... Davies Uniacke from North. Surely you don't want to stay there. Surely you can get him out of there. He's a country lad. You might be able to entice him with big coin. Now, those 4 pies in sky. Do you think?
But I know what you're saying. I know.
I'm trying to, from what I've seen this year, get instant spike in growth.
And you're talking about the area you need it in most.
Now, the other names I've heard is Harrison Petty. He's 100 miles ahead of any name I've just mentioned, whether it's Burgess or Chol. We've heard number 9, Will Hayward from Sydney. He's a free agent next year. Would you have a crack at him this year? He's miles ahead of Chris Burgess. Miles. And I'm not trying to put Burjo down. Great lad, all of that. He's played 2 games the last 3 seasons.
Slightly different
He's been playing
height,
in the
different player,
a little
but
bit.
yeah, I know what you mean.
Well, Burjo's...
You may have to wait for Will.
I think he's only 191 or 194, Burgess. He's not this big rooster. Mate, Will Hayward sits on your head. Now, again, that might be pie in the sky. I'd have a look at Elijah Hollands. I don't know that he's going to be Hardwick's type. This bloke's an outside running, skillful, left and right footed kid. He was a first round pick. I think he'd be fantastic. Whatever they do, they've got to go to the draft and trade those draft picks, whether it's 9 and 21, or bunch a few up and do a deal with clubs that want to move out and get as low as they can and get the best midfielder they can in that draft. Now, I know the best one's going to be pick 1. Apparently he's the next Dusty Martin. Everyone's the next Dusty Martin. There's only one Dusty Martin. But that's where I think I can see the growth. So if we have a look at it, Ball Ace, I think, will get a contract now. Keane was a rookie. He's on the list. Nick Murray's done his knee. Rookie, he'll be on the list. Paddy Parnell, they've already given it to him. So they might have 4 trade options. And I'm all in on Oliver. And if they get Oliver, every negative word I've ever said about Justin Reid, that list management and the whole team, I will take back. Because this will be one of the first ones where they've had to go and get someone who hasn't picked your club like a cherry on a tree. Rankin, Dawson, they want to come home. It's just a matter of getting the dollars right, getting the deal right. This is massive.
Proactive.
Oliver puts you in the 8. And the pointy end of the 8, and even better than the pointy end of the 8, the bloody grand final, and not only the grand final, we'll win it if we get him. And I'll be playing this all day, every day. Now, was that a bit over the top, Timmy? I'm trying to sell hope.
Not bad. Hey.
Yeah. If you're on the Foodland live stream, your face when I talk, you go. If words were coming out your mouth, God, this bloke's a dreamer. What are you doing, Rowey? You're allowed to say it.
Now you're in trade mode. I want to, before we go to the break, because we've got
nothing wrong
Tommy
with dreaming,
Cooper.
Timmy.
Nothing wrong with
I've been a dreamer my whole life.
I just want to do a little trade with you.
Let's do it.
I just want to know what you want for it.
Okay.
Port Adelaide need a ruckman.
Okay.
Port Adelaide need a tall defender.
Yep.
Can I have Strawn and Ball Ace, please?
I'm not giving you Strawn.
Strawn and Ball Ace, please. I'm asking you. I'm at the table.
For what?
Well, that's what I'm asking you. What do I have to give up to get Strawn and Ball Ace?
So if you want Strawn and Ball Ace, and that's the bloke you need to go after, Strawn. God, he's a great tap ruckman. What am I getting?
Yeah, what do you want for it? I'm at the table. I'm representing Port. You're the Adelaide Crows. I want Strawn and Ball Ace.
Okay, but you've got nothing.
Well,
I'm not doing pick 38 for those two.
Have you given these 2 blokes contracts or?
Yeah. No, not Ball Ace. Strawn's signed to the end of next year. Ball Ace is available.
But if he's
delisted free agent,
not getting a game,
you can walk him.
Not getting a game.
I'll tell you what I'll have for those 2. Yeah. If the Oliver falls through, I'll have Ollie. You're not playing him. I'll have Ollie. You asked me.
All right.
So I'm the other end of the table. You want those 2, I'll have Ollie.
When you negotiate, you're at the North and South Pole. You're going to get somewhere near the equator. You want me to come all the way to the North Pole.
Well, you asked me. Well, you want Strawn.
Yeah, that's what I just said. Strawn and Ball Ace, thank you.
Well, I'll have number 16.
No, You're not getting it.
Have your say.
So there's an impasse.
Yes,
We've
we
got to
got
go
an
into
impasse.
counselling.
8223
dear.
join in and have your say. What would you give up, especially if you're Adelaide supporters, for Clayton Oliver? We'll take your calls very shortly. Let's check your traffic. Copper is critical to the energy transition and the responsible production of South Australian copper, and is happening right now at BHP.
Crash at Para Hills to look out for. Bridge Road near Maxwell Road. Slow going citybound at the moment. Power out across a couple of suburbs from those storms the other night, so traffic lights on the blink around Greenfields and Gilman. Lane closed at Wingfield, Salisbury Home near the Wingfield ramp. Speeds at 40 with the camera at Gawler Road at Two Wells. IKEA turns your home wish list into a checklist. Get inspired with new lower prices on over 1,000 products, from beds to sofas and everything in between, like sofa beds. Make it happen with IKEA. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy G.
G'day, it's Rory Sloane. The Kluger 7-seat SUV with a brand new sophisticated design and powerful on-road stance. Your choice of an economical and powerful all-wheel drive hybrid engine or improved 2-litre 4-cylinder turbo engine, plus Toyota's latest safety technology designed to support safe driving. This 7-seater has flexible cargo space thanks to the folding second and third rows. Take a test drive of the new Kluger today at Jarvis Toyota, South Road, Clovelly Park. Proudly celebrating 21 years of great deals.
In tough times, it's the simple things that make a big difference. Like $17 schnitzel days at Birkenhead Tavern, Excelsior and the Lighthouse Wharf. We know the humble schnitty can't fix all our problems, but we do know it'll put a smile on your dial. $17 schnitties Mondays, Tuesdays and Wednesdays at Birkenhead Tavern, Excelsior and the Lighthouse Wharf. Making the world a better place. One schnitty at a time. Got to start somewhere. You just know it's a Barreau Hotel.
How easily could you save hundreds off your energy bills? That easy. Switch out your gas or electric hot water system for an energy-efficient heat pump with EcoVantage. Then sit back and save up to 70% on your water heating costs. And get it supplied and installed for as little as $0, thanks to government-facilitated subsidies. Yep, new hot water system from $0 that saves you hundreds. Pump your energy bills down with ecovantage.com.au.
Keep it clean and running like a dream with F10 fuel treatment. Whether it's cars, trucks, earth-moving machinery, boats or bikes, petrol or diesel, no matter what you drive, F10 makes engines run smoother and more efficiently, cleans and protects injectors and pumps, and extends the life of your engine. F10 removes water, wax, varnishes and diesel bug contamination. F10 fuel treatment. Available at Auto One, Atom, Blackwoods, Bursons and Repco stores.
Hearing Australia's new range has devices that are so discreet, people might not notice you're wearing one. They auto-adjust to reduce background noise, and there are also rechargeable options. For over 75 years, Hearing Australia has provided expert hearing care for all Australians, finding the right device to suit any budget and lifestyle. Search hearing.com.au to book your appointment today.
Hearing Australia.
Conditions apply under the Australian Government Hearing Services Program.
Will I grow up in a country that hears my voice? Will I live as long as other Australians? Yes makes it possible.
Authorised by Dean Parkin Australians for Indigenous Constitutional Recognition Limited, North Sydney.
Did you know that Frank Sinatra's My Way was voted the #1 choice of funeral songs? With Time to Say Goodbye not far behind. And the #1 choice for a simple, affordable service? simplicityfunerals.com.au.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
It's 9 minutes to 5. We'll chat cricket very shortly as well, and we'll also get Where Are They Now after 5 o'clock. But we love your calls, 8223 0000, $50 pounds voucher.
Unique home style food text. Oh no. Ned McHenry works for 5AA. John, he's got his own show.
It's his own show.
That doesn't count.
Not connected in any way.
No. Before we go to the great Laurie Colliver live for our Sheffield Shield update, Timmy, has the AFL released anything on the great Jeff Motley since his sad passing?
Well, I was speaking with the Port Adelaide CEO and head of media, Mr. Daniel Norton, this morning, and they said at this stage, that was at 11:30, a.m., the word was no.
That's a disgrace, Timmy.
And I can't believe it. I just can't believe it.
Timmy, that's a disgrace.
He's an Australian Football Hall of Famer.
He's revered in this state.
And
how many state games?
28 state games. Phenomenal. And was,
How many flags?
One of those 9 flags. It's
Not even crickets.
4 B&Fs.
So Ronald Darbarassi, God bless, everything.
And everybody like that, Cowboy Neal, respected on the Brownlow Medal night, and rightfully so.
So that's right. But don't
just
ever...
please put something out to say the sad passing of.
Don't ever tell me it's not the VFL. And I hope under the new management that changes.
Yeah, well...
And it's not up to the CEO of Port or their media manager or a great like you to ring them and say, hey, by the way, you're upsetting our members. It's not just the members. I'm a state South Australian person.
Yeah, correct.
I'd like him to be acknowledged as a joke.
Yeah, I'm a little bit, lot disappointed.
When's the funeral, by the way?
It'll be Monday at Alberton, so details will be released soon, but it'll be Monday morning ish.
Okay.
But yeah, mid-morning, I'd say, Monday.
Well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do a Jeff Motley ticking time.
Yeah.
This time every day I'm going to ask you, have they said anything?
Have they done anything? Get onto it, please. Let's go down to Karen Rolton Oval because South Australia are in a battle against Tasmania. And we got the cricket guru himself on, Laurie Colliver. G'day, mate.
G'day, Tim. G'day, boys. G'day, listeners. Yeah, good fight back with the ball this afternoon. Just before lunch, Tassie won for 211. Just knocked them over for 381. Jordan Buckingham, 7 for 71. Bowled superbly. Brendan Doggett, a bit expensive, 332 off 25. But Buckingham bowling at the stumps. The last 5 wickets, 2 LBs and 3 bowls, and a great performance. Of course, Charlie Wakem batting well for his 110, Caleb Jewell 87, and Bo Webster last man out for 62. Redbacks have just gone in. They've got 19 overs batting tonight, and Kelvin Smith just did a lovely 4. But Henry Hunt, first ball, went for the pull shot, top edge, short leg, didn't know where the ball went. Fine leg note, didn't know where it went, fell safely, and they got a couple. So they're none for 6 in the second with just over an hour to play, boys. And it's sort of a situation in the game now where South Australia could lose the game tonight, but if they can get rid of stumps no more than 1 down and just 20 or 30 behind, they're right in the game tomorrow with this pitch still playing pretty well.
Well, that's good. Now, I believe I've heard that they're no longer, they're now drop-in pitches to Karen Rolton from Adelaide Oval. Is that right?
Yeah, the drop-ins are going very, very well. Trent Kelly's done a really good job. Yesterday, an exciting day's play, 400 runs with 11 wickets, and we've had 9 wickets today for just over, close to 300. So, strong day, good pitch, exciting start to the season. A bit more grass on this track than we normally see down here in October, and full marks to Will Rayner, President Lasaka, Trent Kelly, Damien Hoffman, all the ground staff who've done a really good job to make this job happen. And if you're going to play a couple of games down there Rolton Oval, you need better conditions, and the Saka have worked that out, and we've had a great game so far.
Brilliant, mate. Thanks very much for your reporting. Laurie Colliver, you legend. See you, mate.
Cheers, boys. All the best. Cheers.
Well done, Loz there. He is a legend. Daily winner wins a twin pack for the Rusden Mines. It's Who's in My Fridge. It's a Vintech fridge, valued at 1,800. It'll be full of Rusden Mines. There'll be Black Guts in there, the Christian, the Ripper Creek. What do you like? The Boundaries?
Yes.
Uncle Willie's Big Port.
Like the Good Shepherd as well.
And what good man. Well done, Timmy. And what was the first clue?
The first clue was I made my SANFL debut in 1971. So we're going to go to Braden. G'day, Braden.
G'day, Timmy. How are you, Rowey?
Good, my man.
Good, mate. What's your guess, sir?
Oh, I'm just going to have a swing at it, and I think it might be Bruce Winter.
Oh, Brucey Winter.
What a player. Gee whiz. We had him on Where Are They Now, didn't we?
Premiership player.
We had him on Where Are They Now? And he was awesome and played 353 games or something ridiculous like that. It was 353, and that is correct. Did make his debut in 1971, but it's not Bruce. Sorry,
Braden. That was a good throw at the stumps.
Good throw at the stumps. Let's go to our next one, and that is Rick. G'day, Rick and Elizabeth.
G'day, boys. How are you? Timmy, Ray?
Excellent, mate.
Rick.
Who do you think it is?
Wouldn't be Bucky Brian Cunningham, would it?
Ooh, another legend indeed.
Did he debut in 71?
Would be worthy of that particular wine fridge. He did debut in 1971, played 256 games, kicked 428 goals. on left and right, you wouldn't know where they were going. He was absolutely
player.
brilliant.
Better man.
Captained the club to 3 premierships, played in 4 flags, but it's not him. Sorry, Rick.
Sorry, Rick.
Apologies. So, yeah.
Sorry, mate. Sorry, mate. Now we get
Should I give another clue or not?
Yeah, let's do it.
Second clue.
What is the second clue?
It's pretty good, this. I am in my club's Hall of Fame, the South Australian Football Hall of Fame, and the Australian Football Hall of Fame. He's in 3 Hall of Fames.
Wow.
That's a great.
That's a big
That's
name.
a big name.
Well done, Timmy. All right, we'll find out more. Get your calls coming in, 8223 0000. On the other side of the 5 o'clock news, we have Where Are They Now?
Rowey
And Timmy G.
on the 5AA Sports Show. The 2023 Australian Masters Games returns to Adelaide from the 7th to the 14th of October. This multi-sport festival extravaganza is set to welcome more than 10,000 competitors from across Australia and around the world. The Games continue to be a collaboration of sport and social fun that brings together the 30 and over community. It's the best value sports festival in Adelaide, all for $45. Book now, AustralianMastersGames.com. Let's play.
Proudly supported by 5AA. Get into Ranella Mazda for a huge range of BT50s. New or demo or reduced, in stock ready for immediate delivery. With $2,000 of genuine Mazda accessories with every new BT50 sold. Hurry, only at Ranella Mazda, Main South Road, Ranella. LVD 152780.
Now, if you've got space in your shed, workshop or around the home that's begging to be a storage space, I bet you have, get on to Sharman Shelving and they would love turning any space into a storage space so that it will look good as well. It's going to be brilliant. Bill or Christine will come to your home, office, workshop or shed and they'll measure up, then design and deliver and assemble the perfect storage solution in a great range of colours.
Yeah, it's great when people like us live it. I've lived at Sharman Shelving and it was literally, hey, Billy boy, come out to my joint. He said, point. I pointed to a corner.
Yeah,
He said, what colour you want?
Yeah.
Red and blue. Do you want a logo on it?
Yeah.
Red legs.
Love one.
Do you want me to assemble it? Yeah.
Yeah,
Do you want
I
to do
can't do
anything, Rowey? I just want to pay for it. Well, goodbye space, hello storage space. Honestly, it is that easy. And you won't have to lift a finger. It's all done for you. Actually, you may just have to point to the space.
Which you did.
Which I did. I just said,
At least you put that much in.
just put it right there. And then just wrote out the Goose's check. And it's a South Australian proud company.
Brilliant.
He actually likes your club too.
Yeah, good on you, Billy. Now, when it comes to storage solutions, everyone needs a little Sharman in their life. Call into the showroom at 412 North East Road, Windsor Gardens, or visit sharmanshelving.com.au or take a look on Facebook.
Online, on DAB Digital Radio and on 1395 AM. Talking Adelaide. This is Adelaide's 5AA.
Partly cloudy tonight, a shower or two developing tomorrow, 18. With the 5 o'clock news, I'm Mel Usher. The number of South Australians choosing to cast their referendum vote early has surprised the Electoral Commission. 33,000 have already had their say, while the total number of votes already cast nationwide is over 600,000. The Prime Minister reckons that's a good sign for the voice.
I take great heart in that Australians are eager to vote yes in this referendum.
But Federal Senator Jacinta Price, who is campaigning in Adelaide today, disagrees as she pushes the no vote. Contact tracers are trying to track down people who may have been infected as more tuberculosis cases are identified in SA. Of the 2 further cases, one is a child under 5. That case has been linked to a cluster in the Murray Lands, which now stands at 6. There's also a cluster in the APY Lands, numbering 13. Professor Nicola Spurrier says they're working to identify close contacts.
I'm not sure if we've ever had that number before. We certainly haven't over the last, 15, 20 years. So this is really quite a significant outbreak for us here.
The government and opposition are blaming each other for major flaws in Australia's visa system. Zac De Silva has more.
A landmark review has found loopholes and poor enforcement in the migration system are allowing criminal activity to flourish. Home Affairs Minister Claire O'Neill is blaming her predecessor, claiming Peter Dutton ran the system into the ground.
He was cutting resources to the immigration function.
The now opposition leader has defended his record and says the review is a cheap distraction.
I'm not taking any lecture from Labor when it comes to the migration program.
A new task force will be set up to crack down on people rorting the system, while migration agents will face tougher regulations.
In Victoria, the lone survivor of the toxic mushroom case, Ian Wilkinson, has made his first public appearance to mourn the loss of his wife. Gillian Lantouris was there.
It was an emotional service here at the Corumburra Recreation Centre. Reverend Ian Wilkinson was at the helm of the service. He arrived using a walker and wearing a mask with his family by his side. More than 400 friends and family attended the service for Ian's wife, Heather Wilkinson. Through tears, their son Daniel addressed the crowd, sharing fond memories of his mum, who he described as patient, humble and passionate. Ian did not speak at the service, though there were emotional tributes from their 6 grandchildren. Heather is one of 3 people who died after eating a dish with suspected toxic mushrooms on July 29, along with her sister and brother-in-law, Gail and Don Patterson. A notable absence of the ceremony was Erin Patterson, Don and Gail's former daughter-in-law. The homicide squad says she remains a suspect in the case as she prepared and served the deadly meal. The 48-year-old maintains she's done nothing wrong.
A 14-year-old boy has been arrested in Bangkok after 2 people were shot and killed in a luxury mall. Police say the teenager has a history of mental health problems and was in a confused state. 5 people were injured. Now turning to 5AA Sport.
Collect the 2023 AFL and new Team Coach AFLW footy cards at Sports Card World Regent Arcade.
Adelaide restricted free agent Tom Doedee has nominated Brisbane as his new home. The Lions have confirmed they will now work with the Crows to acquire Doedee. Meantime, Brisbane Lions forward Nakai Cockatoo has announced his retirement after 49 games across 9 injury-interrupted seasons. The 26-year-old spent the first 6 seasons of his career with Geelong before arriving at the Gabba in 2021. In the AFLW, Port are feeling the pressure to notch up win number 2 of the season heading into round 6 this weekend. Justine Mules is looking forward to meeting Sydney at home on Saturday.
This game will be massive for us. We did win them against them last year. They've recruited really well and I know they've had a strong season so far. So hopefully us girls just stick to our game plan, execute well, play out our style of football and hopefully come away with a win.
And in cricket, it's late on day 2 of the SA Tasmania Shield clash being played in Adelaide. The Redbacks are back at the crease, none for 6 after Tasmania were all out for 381. We trailed Tassie by 68 runs with 10 wickets remaining. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Berkowitz Spring Sale. Up to 40% off sofas, chairs, dining, recliners and more. Berkowitz Furniture Mile End.
Crash to look out for at St Mary, South Road near Quinlan Avenue. Another one at Para Hills, Bridge Road near Maxwell Road. Slow going there at the moment. And got power out across a couple of suburbs, including Greenfields and Gilman. So traffic lights playing up through those areas on the drive home. Lane closed at Wingfield, the Salisbury Highway at Wingfield ramp. Speeds at 40 with a camera at Lindock Road at Gawler East. Receive the free bar screening test kit. Don't put it off. If you're aged between 50 and 74, take the kit to the bathroom and get to it. It's the free test that could save your life. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast, partly cloudy tonight, a shower or 2 developing tomorrow 18. Friday, partly cloudy 19, then Saturday 20 with a sunny afternoon. Right now it's 14 degrees. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News tonight.
I'm Brenton Raglis. Tonight, why the man who threatened to kill the state's police commissioner could be released in just 2 weeks. New local tuberculosis cases. The fresh health warning. At least 20 dead in a horror bus crash near Venice. The poisonous snake removed from hospital. Plus, the inside word why Crows free agent Tom Doedee chose Brisbane. See the full story live on 9 News at 6 p.m. and on 9 Now.
If it pops, or if it twists, you'll find it at FIVEAA. If it comes in a can, or is best in a glass, you'll find it at FIVEAA. If you serve it on the rocks, or with a paper umbrella. In fact, whether it's wine, beer or spirits, whatever you fancy, you'll find it at FIVEAA. FIVEAA, your local independent SA family liquor stores.
It's week 2 of the St John Christmas Home Lottery Major Weekly Draws, and you could win our huge $100,000 mega cash draw. Plus, all tickets go into the $5.2 million grand prize draw, including a waterfront home in Westlakes, $250,000, a Porsche and more. Or choose $4.5 million in cash. Get your tickets before midnight Sunday to be in this week's draw. Buy your tickets now at stjohnlottery.com.au. Licence number M14453.
Footprints, hundreds of them, thin ones, big ones, muddy ones, in every room of your house. You might expect that from tradies when you're renovating, but not when you choose Bathrooms by Design. All our tradies, including tilers, plumbers, electricians and carpenters, are overseen by one project manager. They're flawless, meticulous and as coordinated as a ballet, but without the tutus. Reward yourself every day with a luxury bathroom. View our designs at bathroomsbydesign.com.au.
Here at 5AA, we're all about supporting local. Here's who you can support around Adelaide. The Great Moscow Circus is back with an all-new extreme show featuring awe-inspiring and death-defying acts. Catch it at Benithan Park and Elizabeth. thegreatmoscowcircus.com.au. There's something for everyone at the Port Elliot Show. 2 days of family fun, October 7 and 8, with horse events, animals, sideshows, continuous entertainment, exhibits, live music and more. With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
8 minutes after 5 on this Wednesday afternoon. Very soon this hour, we're going to be talking Bathurst with Channel 7's Mark Beretta. We're going to talk to motocross legend as well, Chad Reed, who's in Adelaide this weekend. And we're going to keep taking your calls. 8223 0000 is the number. And we've been asking you so far today, what would you give up for Clayton Oliver at your footy club? Let us know. 8223 0000 is the number. Time for Where Are They Now, though. Get a Walco blankie for your pool this summer and save water evaporation and money. Walco.com.au.
The 5AA Sports Show's Where Are They Now? Past legends, past glories.
We love this segment each and every week. Thanks to Walco. Get your blankie ready for your pool this summer. This fella, unbelievable player.
Warrior.
Unbelievable player. I tell you, started in 1966, played right up till 1984. Clocked up 265 games, 403 goals with Woodville, Footscray, North Melbourne, Port Adelaide. State Rover, was an amazing player and made up probably one of the most renowned first ruck combinations in Craig McKellar, Malcolm Blight, and this man, Ray Huppatz. G'day, Ray.
How you going, Timmy?
Excellent, mate.
How are you,
Excellent.
Ray? Great man.
Gee whiz, mate. Great to catch up with you. I love a chat with you. You know your football, there's no doubt about that. But let's go right back to the beginning, mate. Where did you grow up and who was an early influence on you?
Grew up in the Woodville area. But at that stage, it was Torrens. We used to follow Torrens, West
course.
Torrens. And then Woodville come into the league because I used to follow Lindsay Head and Bob Hank.
Yeah.
And Woodville come in the league and we had no choice. We were in the Woodville area.
In the zone.
In the zone. So, you know, the first year, like back in those days, you had the Colts and the under-17s and under-19s. And the first year we went out to Woodville, Johnny Cummins, we all grew up, together. And we went out at Woodville to try and get a game in the Colts, and there would have been 100 kids around.
Yeah.
We were all war babies back in the Never just played footy and cricket. And we couldn't get a game. They wouldn't give us a game, told us we were too small and to come back. So the three of us went over to Torrens and we went over there and asked, because Torrens wanted us, but Woodville wouldn't clear us because back in the just hold on to you. If you didn't play for them, they could do what they wanted. So the following year we went out there and we got a game and it just went on from there.
Wow. What'd you do in the meantime? Did you play at a local club or Findon High? Because there was heap here at Findon High, weren't there?
Yeah. We went to Findon High. I think in the meantime, because it was under 17s, the Colts, so I would have played at Findon High. And even at Findon High, I think when I played Findon High, I was playing B grade. I couldn't get a game in the A grade because I wasn't a prefect. You had to be a prefect to get a game.
Gee, standards were high at Findon High.
What a stupid rule that is, Ray. What a stupid rule.
Gee,
you were an absolute terrier, is how they'd explain. You play a super competitive, classy, goal-kicking rover. You won 4 best and fairest at Woodville, Ray.
Yeah.
So
a long time ago.
Yeah, well, it is a long time ago. How did you get from there then to Footscray in 74?
Well, the opportunity come up to play for Footscray, and you played state footy and everything else, and only just got married, and the opportunity came up, and Malcolm was going to North Melbourne. I just thought, oh, well, let's give it a go. So I went over and had a go because it was the best competition. People, in Victoria didn't think we could play from South Australia.
Yeah, well, you proved them wrong. 30 goals in your first year with Footscray, 66. Just before that, was it the 72 Perth Carnival that you played very well? And that was a mighty South Australian team. You loved your state footy, Ray.
Yeah, I can tell you something about that. That was the last carnival, and I can remember I was made captain because on one particular game, because what happened is we all got food poisoning. We reckon Western Australia poisoned us on purpose.
They wouldn't do that, Ray Huppert. What are you saying?
They did. I reckon they did. Okay. So anyway, we all got crook, and I can remember I was captain on the day because Peter Marker was captain, and he obviously didn't play, and I was on the bench. So what I did is I went out and I never tossed the coin. I think Smith from St Kilda was captain Victoria, and he tossed the coin, and the umpire said call. So I did. I called heads. When I looked at the coin, it was a bloody Chinese coin, so I wouldn't know if it was heads or tails anyway. So
Did we win?
Took off to the bench. No, we lost. We beat. I think we beat Tassie, but we lost to Victoria.
Oh dear.
Hey, Ray, so we didn't win.
Those early days of the sample, 69 to 73, you win 4 B and Fs. I think Malcolm might have popped in there in 72 for one. But
yeah, he won the.
Yeah, you dominated, of course. Yeah. But just some of the names that you would have played with and against in that era, they were halcyon days, weren't they?
Yeah, I think I grew up in a good area. Like you played against champions. There was Russell Weber, Barry Robran, Peter Daly, Rick Davies. Players too, Malcolm Blight. He'd won the McGarry medal in 72, but I think his best years was when he went to Melbourne Brownlow and that over there.
Yeah.
And oh, you still there?
Yeah. Sorry, Ray. Yeah, go.
Oh, that's all right, mate. Yeah.
And the coaches around that time that you would have had?
Oh, the coaches, when I started off, I had Peter Hobbs, then Noel Teasdale come across from Victoria.
Teasdale. Wow.
And then Barry Barbary and old Teasdale. I remember back in those days, we used to play cricket and footy. So you come out and you play the finals, then you'd only play a couple, maybe 2 or 3 weeks and the season start. When Teasdale come over, he turned that upside down. He had us running up and down the Port Road before we even started training.
Yeah, he doesn't sound too popular.
No, he certainly turned us upside down.
Hey, Ray, when you got to Footscray, you played in an elimination final, 2 of them, one against Collingwood, one against Geelong. What were the crowd and the atmosphere like back in those days?
Oh, well, when you played at Woodville, you get 1,000 people. When you played over there, there'd probably be 20 or 30,000 just at the Footscray games. When we played in the final, there would have been, we played Collingwood, there was 70,000. Now, what actually happened in the first, Footscray in 74, the first year I went there, made the finals, and it was only a final 5. Yes. And that was the first time in, probably about 8 years. And Bobby Rose was the coach. And on the last home and away game, we knocked Richmond off, who went on to play in the grand final. Yeah. But what actually happened is, for some reason, they decided that weekend we're going to have a footy get-together or, coaching clinic or something for the finals. Mm-hmm. And it's probably the worst thing they ever did because we knocked off Richmond. We're talking back in the 70s, so you had a few drinks on a Saturday night. And of course, we had to drive to somewhere. It was about 2.5 hours out of Melbourne. So when you get there, and we weren't fully professional players, we all worked day jobs and that. Mm. So some of the boys had probably too much to drink and carried on that night. So the next day, there was a few blokes that had played up and probably a little bit worse for wear. And the next day, on a Monday, they took us out on a fishing trip. So they did everything they can to stuff us up, because everyone's out in the boat throwing up. Then we're playing an elimination final on a Saturday. That was a bit stupid, wasn't it, really?
That's just unprofessional. I want to know.
I thought it was too.
Did you catch anything? That's the main thing, right?
Oh, yeah. Caught it all in the bag. You wouldn't eat it.
You moved to North Melbourne. You played 19 there, including the grand final against the Hawks. I think you kicked a couple of goals in 78. Tell us about that. And Ronald Dale Barassi was the coach.
Yeah, well, what happened when I went to North Melbourne, and the only reason I went to North Melbourne, back in 77 at Footscray, the social club and the footy club were fighting against one another. So what used to happen after the games, we weren't allowed to go back to the social club, so we used to go to a pub in Footscray somewhere. And what actually happened, I think the club was just about broken. I had a few clubs ring me up saying, look, Footscray are going to sell some players to balance their books, and you're one of them. And I ended up going to North Melbourne because Malcolm was there, and it was only just across the road, because I worked at Footscray, so you didn't want to be travelling miles. And I'd already played in 3 premierships, so I took the opportunity there. But, what I'd done before the first training night, I'd gone out and gone for a run and strained my hammy.
Oh, no.
And, and because you've gone to a new club, you don't tell them anything, so we had to do that first night, that 15-minute run that everyone hates. And if you had never passed it with Barassi, what he make you do is go down and do that before anyone else did their training. All the group that never made it, so he couldn't care less about you. And then you'd have to do a full night's training. But because I didn't tell him, I kept doing little tears in it, and then I ended up tearing the thing before the season. But I was lucky enough to come back in the prelim, and we beat Collingwood, and there would have been 80,000 people out there. And that was at Waverley, and that was a horrible ground, Waverley.
Wasn't it?
Yeah. And then we played Hawthorn the next game, and we lost. Malcolm won the Brownlow that year, and we lost Malcolm and Stan Earls before half-time. And I think Moncrief was the full forward for Hawthorn, and he kicked 3 goals in about the first 5 minutes. We went down by 3 goals.
Oh, wow.
So I can tell you, playing in the grand final, yes, it's a great experience, but losing the grand final was even worse.
No, it is. Spot on.
Yeah, there's just the lowest feeling you can feel. You might as well finish, outside the 5.
Yeah, correct. It's a lot easier to handle, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Hey, mate, you went back after the VFL career. You went back to Woodville for a year, but you didn't. You only stayed there the year, and then you ended up at Port in '82. How did that transition happen? Did you build a relationship with Russell at North Melbourne, or?
What actually happened was the second year in North Melbourne, I did my knee in a game up in Canberra, and ruptured my knee. I didn't know how bad it was and tried to play. Well, I ended up missing the whole season. So what actually happened, I came back to Adelaide because I had a mate who, whatever he touched, turned to gold. Unfortunately, and he had a few businesses, and I thought, you'll come over and join that, and, won't worry so much about football. So everything he touched turned to gold. I come over and it all turned to shit. And that
Right. What was the business? What was it?
A muffler business that was starting off, but at that stage interest rates were 18%. Everything had gone up.
Yes.
So what actually happened was, we just sort of chucked it in. It didn't go ahead with it, and I was here, so I ended up flying back to North Melbourne for the last half of the season and playing over there, so training over there on Thursdays. And then I was here in Adelaide because I'm an Adelaide boy, so I knew that I couldn't go anywhere else, so I played for Woodville for the year under Rod Olsen. It wasn't a particularly successful year, and at the end of the year I more or less decided, I had a meeting with him and more or less decided that I'll just about retire, and I'll pick up the paper the next day I'm reading there that they've sacked me, so I was fortunate enough to be able to go to Ports, and I played there for nothing, just to prove a point.
Oh, well done. And he took Mark of the Year on Wayne Schmale. Do you remember that? Going upside down, backwards.
Wayne Schmale. I know that photo.
It's a great photo.
Yeah. Ray Huppert.
How did you do that? Did you get dizzy?
Look, I really don't know. I don't think he knows either. I feel sorry for him. He's unlucky I can't jump that high. I think it's just coming down. It's just somehow or other ended up on his shoulder and probably went too early.
It was almost Cirque du Soleil. It was unbelievable. You're on his back, lying upside down, taking the mark in the square. It was unbelievably brilliant. Did you enjoy your time at Port? Yes,
I did. They were a great club, Ports. I really enjoyed myself, and the winning feeling that you expected to win when you were there. I did enjoy my time there.
Nah,
brilliant. It was only a short time, of course. We played under Jack, and then under the great Russell, and then you come along and took my spot.
I was very happy to have a couple of training sessions with you. I did a pre-season with Ray, and he was great to me.
You cut Ray's lunch.
Well, he said you could have
me
it.
lunch. Yeah.
Ray, I won't have that.
No, he was a great mentor, and we were in the same team in the pre-season thing, and I was in the same room with him, and I picked his brains, and he was fantastic. Wow. Very good to me. So can't thank you enough, mate, for those early days and those early words of wisdom, mate. I really appreciate it.
Well, I appreciate you said I had a brain, because most of my brothers reckon I haven't got one. So.
That's what brothers are for, mate. Don't worry about that.
Ray, you're a Hall of Famer. Your career is amazing. Well done. Thanks for your time, and we'll have to have a beer down the track.
Oh, he loves one.
Okay. Thank you, boys.
Good on you, Ray. Fantastic to talk to him. Absolute champion. And, mate, was a fantastic player. Believe me, if you get a chance to YouTube, have a look how good he was. Very smooth, beautiful skills.
Any rover of the era that can average a goal and a half a game, he was over that. 265 games, 403 goals. Yeah. You had to kick goals when you were a rover in that era.
State footy in that era too.
Yeah. 72.
There were a lot of good players, a lot of good rovers.
Yeah, Ripper. Ray Huppert's our guest.
Excellent work, and it's all thanks to Walco.
It is indeed. It is indeed.
Come on, paper.
There it is. There it is. And a big shout out to Steve and the CEO. Good on you, Pagey. Preserve your summer mucking about the pool, and I have to do this. Get a Walco blankie. You'll save water evaporation money too. So I've had the winter one on.
Correct.
I've got that on now.
Out comes the summer.
I think we're just about there where I'll take this off and then get one of the ones that sit on the top and just keep the heat in. Get your pool a Walco blankie today and enjoy the savings. Visit walco.com.au.
How good is Where Are They Now? Let's check your traffic. Copper is critical to the energy transition, and the responsible production of South Australian copper is happening right now at BHP.
Residual delays from an early crash at Para Hills Bridge Road near Maxwell Road. Still got some lights out from the power being out the other night after those storms. You'll find them around Greenfields and Gilbert at the moment. Quite busy with the lane closed at Wingfield, Salisbury Highway to the Wingfield ramp. Sluggish at the moment. Main South Road near Seaford Road. And look out for cameras, Hayman Road to Wells and Mofflin Road at Elizabeth Grove. Run, don't walk. Freedom's store-wide flash sale is on now. Save 25% off store-wide. Hurry, sale ends midnight Thursday. Only at Freedom. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
3 for 10.
What?
3 for 10.
The Redbacks?
3 for 10.
We only did one interview with Ray Huppert.
Oh, no.
Are you kidding me?
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
The ultimate dart showdown, it's on, Rowey.
That's right, Timmy. It's all kicking off at the District this Friday, so come down, dress up, get involved with the show from 4 p.m. as we broadcast live.
And it's all thanks to the Australian Masters Games in Adelaide from the 7th to the 14th of October and the District at Sky City.
Join the party at the 2023 AMG at Festival Plaza, $45. Book now, AustralianMastersGames.com. Let's play.
Time to find out what's making news in the Channel 7 newsroom as we welcome Rosanna Mangiarelli to the show. And Rosanna, tuberculosis outbreak. Can't believe it.
I know. Alarming case numbers, Tim, and they're spread right across the state with a young child among those infected. So we've got almost 60 cases of TB in the state at the moment. The Chief Health Officer saying they're numbers we actually haven't seen in decades. So there is an urgent health alert that has been put out. Also at 6, Wyre Hills footy clubs ditching the prized oval used for AFL Gather Round. How the state's housing crisis is being blamed for a record number of pets being dumped at the RSPCA. Overseas, the turmoil in the US government, House Speaker Kevin McCarthy sensationally ousted by his own party. How the cost of living crisis hasn't put the brakes on new cars. Vehicle sales have actually hit another record high. And now Adelaide's childcare crunch, that's putting grandparents in demand. Plus how a simple blood test could help doctors diagnose concussion a little more quickly. We'll bring you the details tonight. 7 News at 6, Tim.
Thanks, Rosanna, and all the team at Channel 7. There's only one choice, 7 News tonight at 6.
5AA's Tech Talk with your host, Adelaide tech guy Richard Pascoe. Thanks to Harvey Norman Computers.
The latest flagship phones from Samsung and Apple are now all available at Harvey Norman. So whether you're after the latest Samsung Flip or Fold phone or the new iPhone 15, Harvey Norman has got you covered. Optus and Harvey Norman have teamed up to give you the best available offer to help go towards your new phone purchase. Eligible customers receive a $1,200 Harvey Norman gift card when connecting to a new Optus $99 SIM-only plan for 24 months. What better way to take advantage of the $1,200 gift card than to put it towards the latest Samsung Flip or Fold or new iPhone 15? Offer ends October 4. It's in-store only, not available with any other offers. Minimum plan cost over 24 months is $2,376. Plan cancellation fees apply. Terms and conditions apply.
Check out this great offer at a Harvey Norman store near you.
Get into Ranella Mazda for a huge range of BT50s. New or demo or reduced, in stock ready for immediate delivery. With $2,000 of genuine Mazda accessories with every new BT50 sold. Hurry, only at Ranella Mazda, Main South Road, Ranella. LVD 152780.
Every 2 years, if you're age 50 to 74, you'll get a blue and white package from the National Bowel Cancer Screening Program. It's your free bowel screening test kit, and it could save your life. Here's what to do. Take it to the bathroom and put it right where you can see it. Not in a drawer, but on the bench top or on the toilet seat or in the middle of the floor. So the next time you have to go, you'll remember to use it. Please don't put off the chance to save your life. Get to it. Visit bowelcancer.org.au for more information.
What if I told you that our infant mortality rate is twice as high as non-Indigenous babies? That our kids are 11 times more likely to end up in foster care, half as likely to find employment, and will live 8 years less than average compared to non-Indigenous Australians. A no vote means no progress.
Authorised by Dean Parkin Australians for Indigenous Constitutional Recognition Limited, Sydney.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
29 after 5, all the way through the show we've been giving you clues to try and guess who's in Rowey's wine cabinet. You win yourself a twin pack of Rusden wines if you get it correct each day, and you go in the draw as well to win that 50-bottle Vintec wine cabinet full of Rusden wines.
Yum, yum, yum. So we've had, I made my debut in the Sandford in 1971. I'm in my Clubs Hall of Fame, SA Hall of Fame, and the Australian Hall of Fame. John at Paraka. G'day, John. Have you got any clues who's in Rowey's wine cabinet?
Yeah, hi, Timmy. Hi, Stephen. I'm thinking it might be Peter Carey. I sort of crossed out Blighty and Russ Lee because they're a little bit before that. But other than that, the only person I think of is Peter Carey. He's a legend in his own time for Glenelg, yeah.
Peter Super Carey is...
Big Super, yeah.
Yeah, I think... He played 448 games for Glenelg.
Legend.
He did debut in 1971. He is in Glenelg's Hall of Fame. He is in the SA Hall of Fame. He's in Australian Hall. Well, it must be Peter Carey, John.
Well,
Congratulations, mate. Thanks to Rusden's magnificent wine fridge.
Twin pack. You'll enjoy that, Johnny.
No, thanks, Rowey. Thanks,
running,
Mr. Catman.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Done. In the running for next week's Vintec valued $1,800 wine cabinet with Rusden Wines.
How good is
Priceless.
that? Home of the Black Cut, Shiraz Rusden Wines in the Barossa Valley. Go to rusdenwines.com.au. We'll do that again tomorrow and next week.
Before you go, 3 for 19.
What?
We've made 9 runs in 2 seconds.
Well done.
Baz Bull's back. Timmy, 3 for 19.
Henry Hunt out. Kelvin
Just
Smith
got another
out.
4.
Daniel
3 for
Drew
23.
out. Oh, gosh. Headlines now. Mark Beretta next.
The 5AA Sports Show. Rowey and Timmy G This is Adelaide's 5AA.
Good evening, Mel Usher with the latest news headlines. A 2-hour national supermarket strike involving selected Coles and Woolworths staff is on the cards this Saturday. 33,000 South Australians have already cast their referendum vote with pre-polling. The federal government's accusing its predecessors of running Australia's migration system into the ground. And in sport, the countdown continues to Bathurst this weekend with today's driver parade. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Berkowitz Spring Sale. Up to 40% off sofas, chairs, dining, recliners and more. Berkowitz Furniture Mile End.
Got a crash to look out for the Savo for the drive home at Woodford, Stradbroke Road near Morialta Road. A few power outages the Savo, so lights playing up today. Greenfields, Waterloo Corner and Gilman. Look out for those on the drive home. And got a lane closed at Torrensville, South Road near Ashwin Parade. Camera Salisbury Highway, Salisbury and Stephen Heath Road at Andrews Farm. After a new or demo Kia, head to SAE's #1 Kia dealership, Wayne Phillips Kia, awarded SAE's Dealership of the Year for the last 8 years in a row. Wayne Phillips Kia, Ranella. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA forecast partly cloudy tonight, a shower or two developing tomorrow 18. Right now it is 13. We'll have more news at 6 and as it happens on 5AA.
5AA Breakfast.
The Tizer did an exit poll exercise yesterday. 42% voting yes, 58% voting no.
I reckon if I had to pick, that'd be the ratio I'd pick that we end up with.
Informing Adelaide.
I'm going lower for the yes.
Yeah, you're thinking in the mid-30s,
I don't think it'll crack 40. If I had to bet, I'd say neck on the line here. Nationally, the vote will be 35-65. In SA, it'll be 39-61.
Okay.
6 a.m. weekdays on 5AA.
Keep it clean and running like a dream with F10 fuel treatment. Whether it's cars, trucks or earth-moving machinery, boats or bikes, petrol or diesel, no matter what you drive, F10 makes engines run smoother and more efficiently, cleans and protects injectors and pumps and extends the life of your engine. F10 removes water, wax, varnishes and diesel bug contamination. F10 fuel treatment. Available at Autobarn, Auto Pro, Napa Parts, Truckline and Veals.
It's easy to get behind the wheel of a new Mawson Lakes Volkswagen right now. In fact, it's ridiculously easy. All you need to do is head to the showroom on Salisbury Highway. Check out the range of new and demo Volkswagens on sale now, and then pick your favourite. How easy is that? All stock is ready for immediate delivery, with easy finance options available. And remember our next day servicing. Mawson Lakes Volkswagen, Salisbury Highway, just a short drive from the city.
Fancy a wine? You'll find a huge hand-picked selection at your local independent SA family liquor store, FIVEAA. Or if you fancy a beer, you'll find the very best local, imported and craft beer at FIVEAA too. But if you fancy spirits, you'll find whiskies, gins and liquors for all tastes at FIVEAA. And you'll find friendly service and advice too. Whatever you fancy, you'll find it at FIVEAA, your local independent SA family liquor stores for over 45 years.
Breaking a windscreen, look, it's not sexy, it's unexciting and simply not fun. Can also be costly. At Complete Windscreens, we get it. All you want is same-day service at the best price and quality guaranteed. For near 50 years, this SA-owned and operated auto glass company has serviced your needs. Whether it's tinting, chip repair, calibration, supply and fit or glass cutting, we are there for you. 220 Main North Road Prospect, the big red koala out the front, completewindscreens.com.au.
Let's see what's in the swear jar at Buy Urban Bathrooms and Kitchens. Here's one from Jasmine, the operations manager at Buy Urban and the driving force behind the success of all renovation projects. Jasmine swears to ensure all the trades arrive on time every time to ensure a seamless transition to your stunning Buy Urban bathroom. For a team that swears to deliver on quality and service, see Buy Urban Bathrooms and Kitchens, Adelaide's home renovation experts.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
24 minutes to 6. Chad Reed, two-time World Supercross champion, is going to join us very shortly. He's here in Adelaide at the Entertainment Centre on Saturday night. Now, a few people on the Unique Homestyle Foods text have been excited that we're going to be speaking to him because that's going to be an exciting weekend, no doubt. Kim Mitchell, #1 ranked female darts player in Australia. We're going to speak to her as well as we prepare for the Darts Showdown on Friday. We have some more tickets to give away to that very, very soon. Well, let's get our racing wheels on.
The 2023 Repco Bathurst 1000. 3 days of live and free coverage, Rowey, from 8:50am this Friday, the 6th of October, on Channel 7, 7 Mate and 7 Plus, of course. Channel 7's all things sport, but loves his Bathurst. Mark Beretta joins us. G'day, Brett.
Hey guys, how are you? It's a big weekend. We're pretty excited about this one.
Well, mate, 60th anniversary, but you've been a part of 25 of them covering it. That's incredible, mate.
Yeah, it is. It's funny. We're just the first one was in 1998, and we were just counting up the other day. Yeah, it's 25 years. So yeah, I've seen a bit of change. I remember the first one I did. I co-hosted it with Peter Brock. So that's how long ago it was. He'd not long retired, and was obviously still with us. So yeah, it's pretty special memories. But look, honestly, hand on my heart, I could say this year's race looks like probably the best and tightest and hardest to pick that I've ever seen.
Well, you've got some legends with you this time. I think Scaife, Crompton, Murphy all joining you at some stage?
Yeah, a bloke called Larkham, Garth Sander, Jack Perkins, in both Jack and Garth in between driving duties, which is incredible. So you probably can't get much closer to the action. And that's the great thing about this sport. It's mid-race in the Bathurst 1000, we can talk on the radio to drivers in the car. We can take you to drivers who've just come out. They're sort of, it's like talking to players at sort of half time at length in the footy. It's pretty special. So the access is amazing. It's not just the drivers and the cars on track. It's all the drama that happens around it. It's what happens in the garages. What happens out the back of the garages. In pit lane. It's an amazing event.
Of the 25, you got a favourite?
I reckon the year that Craig Lowndes and Jamie Whincup won their third one straight, I think that was so emotional. And remember, if you remember back the first year they kicked off, and Craig Lowndes drove around in Brocky's Tirana, which was Brocky had just passed away, and Lounsey drove that car around. He had tears streaming down his face, and he jumped out of the car. It was so emotional. And Roland Dane, the team boss at Triple Eight, said to him, "Listen, Craig, I don't think you can drive the first stint of the car." He said, "Boss, I've got to drive this first stint." And he jumped in and he tore the mountain down. He just drove so well. And
beautiful.
That for me was pretty special, those 3 wins.
It's always been in the 60, or your 25, red v blue, Holden v Ford, good v bad. Now it's Mustang v Camaro. Bet you didn't see that coming.
No, I don't think many people did. But I must admit, I'm really enjoying it. The Chevrolet versus Ford thing is good. I mean, that's a worldwide battle, and the cars are good. I mean, they look good.
Don't they?
B, they're going well. They'll be tested. It's the first time these cars have been on the mountain. So, we don't really know exactly what we're in for, but, they're good, they're fast, they look great, they're reliable. So, let's take it and see what happens.
You mentioned Lounsey. He's back racing at Bathurst, and some of the drivers weren't born when he first raced there. So, but he's with the highly rated Zan Goddard. How do you reckon they'll go as a team?
Oh, look, I would be keeping an eye on them. Anytime Craig gets in a car, I mean, we know one thing we can be banking on with Craig is that when he gets behind the wheel, there's not many who can keep up with him. His road skill and his skill in the race car is phenomenal, and it just hasn't changed much. He hasn't lost much at all. He's in touch with the sport. He does these extra drives. When he gets the opportunity, he drives around the world in different events. So he's good. He's ready to go. I'd be keeping an eye on them. Look, honestly, I reckon I had a look at it the other day, the form, and I reckon there's probably a dozen cars, who could win this. And for me, I like Will Brown and Jack Perkins together. I think that's a good combo. Chaz Mostert and Lee Holdsworth, who won it last year, I reckon they'll be hard to beat once again. And then you look down at the Red Bull team, who are always competitive. You've got Brock Feeney along there with Jamie Whincup. Well, Jamie Whincup's shown us he's as sharp as when he was driving his best. So, it's a really tough one to pick.
What about our South Aussie, Nick Percat? What's his chances? It'll be his last Bathurst?
Yeah, well, he's won one before, as we know. So, look, he's always a chance. He's amazing talent as a race car driver. I mean, no slouch wins the Bathurst 1000. So, Nick is always to be taken very, very seriously. He's hugely professional. I really like the way Nick goes about it. He gets his head in the game. He's a great athlete. He's supremely fit. And if it comes down, if the heat comes on at Bathurst and the physical conditions are tough, Nick will be very, very good. So, I'd be getting behind him, boys, for sure.
Have they changed the rules with the co-drivers, have they?
Not extensively. There's a few tweaks, but nothing really significant. It is for people who've watched year after year. It'll appear to be pretty much similar to as it was. So I mean, it is a great race. It is an amazing spectacle. The mountain throws everything at the drivers, the professional drivers and their co-drivers, and you just don't know what's going to happen. I mean, you're guaranteed you'll see kangaroos on the track. You'll see echidnas. You'll get rain. We'll get hail. All those things that make Bathurst great, you just guarantee they'll be there.
We had 8,462 strikes of bloody lightning the other day. We had sleet, we had snow. It's coming your way, Barrett's.
We're ready, just in time for the mountain, which is great. And the great thing about this event is the people, the atmosphere up at the mountain, the number of people who camp there every year.
Brilliant.
They've been in and buried those slabs of beer 2 weeks ago, and they're ready to dig them up and get into it.
Bloody oath. The mild temperatures this weekend, any chance of a lap record in qualifying?
Oh,
I reckon pretty good. I mean, given it's a new car as well, and the drivers do get better and better. The standard's getting better and better every year. So, I reckon it's actually a pretty good chance, yeah.
Beautiful. Well, let's hope there's not too many yellow flags for the Kangaroos this year, mate. Keep them off the track if you can.
Yeah, we'll do our best, although they do like it on the American telecast. They do love to see a kangaroo on the track, so we might cut out a cardboard one and put it up there or something.
Oh, God.
Well, good luck to you, mate. 25 times covering Bathurst. Absolutely amazing. It's the 60th anniversary, and we can get it all from Friday to Sunday on Channel 7, 7, 8 and 7 Plus. Thank you, Mark Beretta.
Thanks, guys. It's a great event. We're really proud to be able to bring it to Australia again. We love it.
We do love Bathurst, and it'll be all over Channel 7 across the weekend. It's going to be fantastic. Our Redbacks are just about at stumps at Karen Rolton Oval, and they're not travelling too flash.
3 for 35, we trailed Tassie by 39 runs, have 7 wickets in hand. What did Loz say? We want to be one at stumps.
Well, he said you can't win the game in this last half hour of the day.
But you can lose it.
But you can lose it.
God.
And
so not out batsman Nathan McSweeney, he's going okay, 26 at 25. Jakey Lehman, 9 balls faced, got the Gold Globe. So he hasn't made a run. Got 100 in the first dig. Come on, Jake, we can do it!
Not out just yet, so holding on hope for our skipper. Let's check your traffic. Copper's critical to our energy transition, and the responsible production of South Australian copper is happening right now at BHP.
At Woodford, got a crash, Stradbroke Road near Morialta Road. Got a few power outages from those big storms the other night, so traffic lights playing up around Greenfields, Waterloo Corner and Gilman. Take it easy on the drive home if heading through there. Slow for works at West Hindmarsh on Grange Road. Getting quite busy at the moment. Tapley's Hill Road at Glenelg North. And got a camera at Baker Road at Lewiston. Receive the free bar screening test kit. Don't put it off. If you're aged between 50 and 74, tap the kit to the bathroom and get to it. It's the free test that could save your life. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Rowey
And Timmy G
on the 5AA Sports Show.
Need a forklift? Don't just get a forklift, get a Toyota forklift. Toyota is the world's #1 forklift brand with a great range of pallet jacks, walkie stackers and reach forklifts right up to their leading Toyota counterbalance forklifts. Legendary reliability and safety with cleaner, greener electric options. Toyota can tailor the right forklift solution for you. It's all part of the Toyota Forklift Advantage. For more, visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Get a Toyota forklift.
Thinking of getting a solar battery? Well, sadly, they're not going to get cheaper like we thought 10 years ago. But the ability to pay them off is incredibly easier now than it was back then. I recommend getting in touch with NRG Solar to get a battery for your home with a 10-year warranty, blackout protection that will save you thousands of dollars, all visible on a simple-to-use app. Enjoy the feeling and benefits of owning a solar battery sooner. Visit nrgsolar.com.au.
The referendum will be held on Saturday, the 14th of October, and all Australian citizens aged 18 and over must vote. Do you know what to do if you can't make it on the day? You may be eligible to vote at an early voting centre or apply for a postal vote. Your answer will help make an important decision for Australia. So plan ahead by visiting aec.gov.au/early to check your options. When you vote, your answer matters. Authorised by the Electoral Commissioner, Canberra.
Reimagine your home, elevate your life at 88 O'Connell Luxury Apartments. There's 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartments now selling from $1.2 million. 88 O'Connell is redefining residential luxury with amenities never seen before in Adelaide. From a New York-inspired sky deck, Mercato fresh produce market, wine bar, integrated wellness studios, sauna, pools and allied healthcare. To learn more, visit our display suite or inquire at 88o'connell.com.
Did you know that white lilies are one of the most popular type of funeral flowers, representing peace, grace and dignity, and a popular choice for a respectful, dignified service that doesn't cost the earth? simplicityfunerals.com.au.
Need your driveway, walkway, outdoor or entertaining area paved or repaved? You're in luck. Playford Pavers' massive sale is your unmissable opportunity. Score up to 30% off their stunning range, boasting a wide variety of colours and sizes. That's up to 30% off. But hurry, this offer is for a limited time and only while stocks last. Once they're gone, they're gone. Up to 30% off. Visit playfordpavers.com.au.
How do you like your chicken? 100% Aussie and RSPCA approved? That's how we like ours at Macca's, and it's what you'll find across our entire menu, like in our new McCrispy burger. Changing for the better, we're on it. Available from 10:30am at participating restaurants. See our website for details.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
Twelve minutes to 6. Chad Reed's going to join us very shortly, two-time World Supercross champion. But what we have been building up to all week long is the darts, the Ultimate Darts Championship, which is between yourself, Timmy G, and Stephen Rowe.
Correct.
At the District, the Sky City, on this Friday.
Way, beauty.
We've been looking forward to this. Now, if you want to head along, we've got another 2 doubles to give away, so call in 8223 0055. These are the last doubles we get a chance to give away on the show, so if you want to come along, get in right now.
Going to be awesome.
It is going to be a great night.
At the District, we're going to launch the Australian Masters Games as well while we're there, and making sure that the darts competition. I could hear the darts. Oh, you were in good form.
We've got the dartboard in the room here.
Yeah,
so.
that's a pity. It's about twice the distance he was throwing, but that's all right. We'll find out exactly what it is.
Let's go to a world champ.
Well, I thought to myself, why don't we get a little bit of advice, because we're both backyarders. Let's go to the current number 1 player in Australia.
Wow.
Yes, number 1 female player, Kim Mitchell. G'day, Kim.
Hi, how you going, boys?
Look, we're okay, but we're both very amateur. So how do you, one, go about, holding the dart, throwing it? Is there any techniques or any tips that you can give us?
Well, everyone has their own technique. Basically, it's however you take it comfortably out of your hand is how you should hold your dart.
Okay. Right.
Yeah, so the idea is to have your body straight, centred, balanced. I throw with 1 foot forward, so make sure you're not swaying. You're facing the board, square onto the board. No chicken wings. Keep that elbow in.
Ooh, like that.
So,
both elbows.
Yeah.
No, just you're holding your darts. I'd hold my darts with my left hand down on my hip, and I'd take one out, lift it up to the board, elbow. So that with the dart facing the board, elbow in.
Yep.
And follow through. Just make sure you follow through.
Okay.
I'm doing it now.
And what about the... I've been to the dart shop a few times, replacing the damaged ones that I've destroyed out the back. What about... What's the weight? Is it different weights? Does it matter? It's just whatever suits you?
It's whatever suits you.
Right.
So, yeah, I throw a 22-gram dart, but my son throws a 28-gram dart. My husband throws a 23-gram dart. So everyone's different.
Okay. And, Kim, is a prerequisite 10 pots of beer before you start?
Well, some would say yes, but I don't recommend that.
No, good. Now, am I right in saying you met your husband through darts?
Yes, that's correct. We met as juniors back in the day.
Wow, unreal. So the love blossomed from the dartboard into marriage.
Yep, exactly right.
Fantastic. And you've even got, is it one of your sons playing? Is that right?
Yes, my eldest son, he lives up in Queensland, he plays up in Queensland. Yep.
So how many hours a week, a day would you have to practice, Kim?
To be that good, yeah.
When I have a practice session, I'm doing at least 2 to 3 hours a day. I don't practice every day because if you're playing, you don't practice.
Yep.
You just do your warm-up.
Yep.
So on the days I'm not playing, I try to do at least 2 hours, 2-hour session.
And the competition here in Australia, like I watch the world stuff on the telly, and you sort of see the whole shenanigans going on in the background, and the looks like the players love it too. They sort of encourage the crowd to get into it. Is that very much the way it is everywhere?
No.
No.
No. What you see on telly, that's
Okay.
just that's only there. Everywhere else you play, people sort of like quiet in the crowd, but you can't keep the crowd quiet.
Nah.
The crowd's the crowd. So yeah, but we in Australia we don't have anywhere near as that much noise.
Oh, next
crowd.
level in Europe, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Now, Kim, what's your come out song? When we announce Australia's number one, Kim Mitchell, what do you come out to?
I go with Katy Perry, Raw. I'm a Tiger lover.
Oh, I don't mind that. This is ours.
Yeah.
So that's mine.
Yep, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
So I will see Kim. Look,
very disco.
Yep.
so
That'll
that's
get the crowd going.
a big grand entrance for me. Now you're going to pick one of the two. This is Timmy G's. Have a listen to Timmy.
I'm Timmy G.
Now, Kim, you may laugh. That's Timmy singing his own song to introduce himself to a darts comp. What do you think?
Oh, that's great. You got to go with that.
What?
Victory already.
Oh, Kim, get out of here. Oi. But what I do, like darts, it's great on TV. It'd be better live because they just swill the. This is the actual dart song that you all come out to. This just. Doesn't that get your juices flowing, Kim Mitchell?
Yes, it does. It puts you in the mood to throw a dart, that's for sure.
Okay. What sort of coin can you earn?
Oh, unfortunately, in Australia, there's not a real lot of money on the comps here. Basically, if you win it, you're just paying for your next one to get to your next one. So yeah.
So if I was to stand the distance away from you that you do to a dartboard, and I put an apple on my head, would you be confident you did it?
No.
Oh, well, I won't ask you.
Well, let's
to do
try.
No, that's what I'm saying to you. Because Kim will be there on Friday when we do the launch.
I want to have a go too.
Yeah, you put one right between my forehead.
Kim, I just can you please tell me what is the distance from the dartboard to where you throw from? What is that distance?
Oh my goodness! Now you put me on the spot.
Is it 170 centimetres or something like that? Or?
I'll be more than that.
I think it's about 100. It's either 182 or 178. I can't quite remember.
Centimetres?
Wow, so nearly 6 foot. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fair distance. It's a reasonable distance.
That's why you throwing those darts earlier.
My height is 178.
Don't get used to that distance.
So all I've got to do is lay down with my feet to where the board is, and where my head is where the line is.
Out, yeah.
178.
Yeah, there you go.
So, Kim, if you were to have money on, gamble responsibly, Timmy or I, we're playing football, 3 games around the board. Who do you think, now you've not met us, who do you think is more likely to win?
Have either of you got any experience in throwing darts?
Oh, God, I've been paralytic at a pub 100 times throwing darts, Kim. Timmy, how many times you?
Yeah, I played the pub circuit in 1991.
Okay.
Well, I think we were about D grade, but
All
yeah,
right.
it was a good little circuit.
So just pick one, Kim. No one will be offended.
Oh, I'll go with you then. Yeah, we'll let you have the win. I
Yeah,
reckon
you
I'll
better
put my money on it.
Kimmy!
That's your first my song, though.
Will Kim be down at Sky City with us? You're the
Yeah,
ambassador,
I'll be
aren't
there.
you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be there.
And what room are we in?
Yeah, we're in the district.
We're in the
At
district.
Sky
Kim,
Sky
get
City.
down to the district. I'm going to bring an apple. I want to see you pop that apple on my
This will
head.
be the greatest William Tell overture I've ever
Kim,
seen.
#1 ranked female darts player in Australia. Thanks for your time. Well done. And thanks for getting in behind the Masters Games.
No worry, boys. You have a good one.
Great
Thanks,
work.
mate.
Kim Mitchell there.
I tell you what, sounds like a good coach.
Do you know what? No matter what you're in,
Yeah.
say you're the #1.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't care what
Number
it is.
one.
Darts is great. Because we can all throw a dart.
Yeah, and the time and effort to put in to be the best. If you watch them, though, I can't believe how consistent they are.
Oh, they're unreal.
It's amazing to watch, and I hope that one day...
180!
That we can get there.
We were in the Edithburgh pub once, and I played darts with Jodie, because she's a bit of a naughty-tawdy, you know.
Okay, yeah.
She wouldn't play darts. Anyway, we'd had a few. Oh, God, and we had a few. Kim, block your ears. She would have had easy 10 pints. She doesn't even drink pints. Make that champagne, drink responsibly, gamble responsibly.
Good.
And I'll never, ever forget this.
Throw darts.
I spun her around, and as I spun her, she got dizzy, and I said, throw now, and she threw, and she William Telled the barman. If there was an apple on his head, I swear to God, if she ever listened, but she doesn't.
Only a country pub.
Well, we were back at Sultana Point with that boat. We got booted out. That's Scotty Hodges' country. He will back that story up. It's legendary.
Just remind me not to go there with
Stephen
you.
Rowe's wife threw a dart at the barman whilst being...
Accidentally.
Yeah. So do you think that will happen at the district on Friday?
I hope not.
No.
I dare you to spin me around, get me dizzy, and I throw a dart.
No, that won't be happening.
No, it won't.
No. All right. Was that a bad story?
Yeah, no, it's okay. It's a bit of
No, Sam, it's a true story.
It just
That's
won't
the
be
frightening
happening on
part.
Friday.
I don't want it to
That's the
happen
only-
again.
No, but I reckon that's what
We're
we
learning
need to
from
do at the
mistakes,
district.
aren't we, Tim?
Isn't that what darts is about, having fun?
Have you got any rubber tips for the end of these?
Yeah,
We might need them. 2 minutes to 6.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
Keep it clean and running like a dream with F10 fuel treatment. Whether it's cars, trucks, earth-moving machinery, boats or bikes, petrol or diesel, no matter what you drive, F10 makes engines run smoother and more efficiently, cleans and protects injectors and pumps, and extends the life of your engine. F10 removes water, wax, varnishes, and diesel bug contamination. F10 fuel treatment. Available at Atom, Bailey's Marine Fuels, Blackwoods, Burson's and Repco stores.
Stressed about replacing an aging legacy industrial gear unit? SEW Eurodrive can promptly supply a modern drop-in replacement engineered to match crucial dimensions and driven by efficient gearing technology. Out with the old and in with the SEW. Reduce downtime, gain in efficiency by choosing SEW Eurodrive drop-in replacement, assembled in Australia from locally stocked components. SEW Eurodrive, driving Australian industry since 1982.
Here at 5AA, we're all about supporting local. Australian music icon John Williamson celebrates 53 years in the entertainment industry. See Mr. True Blue himself live at Her Majesty's Theatre October 14. Book at Ticketek.
When you're having trouble with your feet, you see a podiatrist. For your eyes, it's an optometrist. But what about your hearing? Hear better with Audica. For people over 26, Audica offers a no-obligation 2-week free hearing aid trial. During the trial, you can experience Audica's hearing aids in the comfort of your own home. They're the experts in hearing solutions. So call 1300 460 460 or visit audica.com.au today. Enjoy better hearing with Audica.
What if I told you that our infant mortality rate is twice as high as non-Indigenous babies? That our kids are 11 times more likely to end up in foster care, half as likely to find employment, and will live 8 years less than average compared to non-Indigenous Australians. A no vote means no progress.
Authorised by Dean Parkin Australians for Indigenous Constitutional Recognition Limited, Sydney.
Business notifications out of hand? Thrive Command Centre keeps your customer emails, texts and social messages all in one place, so you never miss a message. Get it free today at thrive, thriv.com.au. T's and C's apply. Free plans have limited functionality.
Online, on DAB Digital Radio and on 1395 AM. Talking Adelaide. This is Adelaide's 5AA.
Partly cloudy tonight, a shower or two developing tomorrow 18. With the 6 o'clock news, I'm Mel Usher. South Australians flocked to pre-polling booths again today ahead of the October 14 referendum. 33,000 votes have already been cast locally, while the total number of votes cast nationwide is now over 600,000. The federal government is promising a laser-like focus on reforming Australia's migration system. A major review has made dozens of recommendations to improve the integrity of visa rules. It's found evidence of criminal syndicates exploiting the system and abusing vulnerable migrant workers. Immigration Minister Andrew Giles says they're disturbing findings.
The integrity of our migration system was exposed, shocking exploitation, and not just shocking in some of the instances, in particular the sex trafficking, but shocking in that it seems to have become almost industrial in its scale.
Some Coles and Woolworths workers are set to strike for 2 hours this weekend as they fight for better pay and conditions. From 10 a.m. Saturday, around 1,000 employees will walk off the job and gather at rally sites across the country, including SA, as they push for a higher minimum hourly wage, job security and safer workplaces. Josh Cullinan from the Retail and Fast Food Workers Union is disappointed they've had to take industrial action, given how essential the workers were at the height of the pandemic.
They were there at work every shift, and now what they're facing is just absolute minimum wages and real safety issues in these stores. Coles and Woolies are making billions. They make billions in profits, but workers are left with a raw deal.
The resurfacing of the Adelaide Airport runway and taxiways starts tonight in an operation which will take nearly 12 months. Each night a team will remove and then resurface a section which must be completed in time for the 6 a.m. departures. Nearby residents have expressed concern about the ongoing noise, but Dermot O'Neill from the airport says it's essential maintenance that they only carry out every 10 years.
We do recognise that there'll be some disruptions to local communities over the coming months while we undertake the work. It will be intermittent, so we'll be constructing them in blocks of about 3 to 4 weeks at a time.
Specific gene variants could mean some individuals are at greater risk of having an aggressive melanoma. Katie Fuller has the story.
Nodular melanoma only accounts for around 14% of invasive cancer cases, but the subtype contributes to the most deaths. Queensland University and Melbourne researchers analysed 500 genes leading to increased cancer risk. Finding 4 rare DNA variants can indicate which patients are more likely to have the deadly disease. Scientists previously didn't believe there was a common genetic risk factor and say it will help improve screening for cancers.
Now turning to 5AA Sport.
Collect the 2023 AFL and new Team Coach AFLW footy cards at Sports Card World Regent Arcade.
To footy, and Tom Doedee has been making headlines today. The Adelaide restricted free agent nominating Brisbane as his new home. The Lions have confirmed they'll now work with Westlakes to acquire Doedee. Well, SA has lost 3 quick wickets in their second innings to be 3 for 47 against Tasmania in their Shield clash. Tassie made 381. We trail by 27 runs with 7 wickets remaining. Supercars fans turned out for the traditional driver parade in Bathurst today in the lead-up to the race on Sunday. Two-time King of the Mountain, Chaz Mostert, says there's no atmosphere like Bathurst when people even come out in the rain to support the sport.
It makes it more special because when you have a day like this, it shows the commitment of the fans for supercars and, still on the street, come to the signing no matter what it is.
Now checking 5AA traffic.
Berkowitz Spring Sale. Up to 40% off sofas, chairs, dining, recliners and more. Berkowitz Furniture Mile End.
Crash to look out for at Woodford, Stradbroke Road near Morialta Road. Got a few power outages from those big storms the other night, so traffic lights on the blink at Greenfields, Waterloo Corner and Gilbert at the moment. Quite busy for works at Windsor Gardens, at Olds Road near Longview Road and slow for works South Road at Edwardstown. Got a camera 2 Mofflin Road at Elizabeth Grove. You deserve the best. Grab the best of Bondi Box, quarter chicken, snack chips and a single Bondi burger, all for just $16.95, only at a Porto. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast, partly cloudy tonight down to 9, a shower or 2 developing tomorrow 18, Friday partly cloudy and 19, then up to sunny, up to 20 on Saturday with a sunny afternoon. Right now it's 13. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News tonight.
Thank you, I'm Brenton Branglis. Tonight's headlines: the RSPCA blames the cost of living crisis for a rise in pets being abandoned, the new funding drive, a record tuberculosis outbreak in SA, the fresh health warning, see the moment a poisonous snake is pulled out from the Women's and Children's Hospital, and don't worry, you haven't missed the news, start over on 9 now as soon as you're home.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
6 minutes after 6 on your Wednesday evening at 6:30, driving with Dixon. Charlie Dixon's back in the building talking motorsport. We're going to do a little bit of that in a moment as well. Before we do, though, the Redbacks stumps are 3 for 47 down at Karen Rolton Oval, as you heard there with Mel in the news. And the latest with Clayton Oliver, which has been the story of the day here on the show. Theodoropoulos Channel 7 has been reporting just moments ago that star demon Clayton Oliver is open to a move to the Crows. Adelaide's interest is real, so if it evolves, its offer would need to start with pick 9, a future first rounder, and Shane McAdam, who's already identified that he'd like to go to Melbourne. The Crows have also got picks 21 and 24, and the compensation they'll get from Tom Doedee, because he's today said he'll go to Brisbane. And Mitch Cleary from Channel 7 over in Melbourne has said that meetings at Melbourne are being held tonight to determine the future of Clayton Oliver. So it is getting very real very quickly in the trade market.
Could we?
Hey?
That's what he would say.
I will not be able to sleep tonight.
Oh.
Well,
that's a big Christmas present.
Oliver Twist and the Crows team. Give me a spell. Hey, we're blessed. Fox Australian Supercross Championship Round 1 is at Adelaide, Saturday 7th of October. It's at the Adelaide Entertainment Centre. Yeah. Have a listen to this. Have a listen to this next guest. Two-time Supercross World Champ. I speak of Chad Reed. Chad, welcome.
How you guys doing?
Good. Oh, you got a bit of a bloody American twang there, Chaddy Reed.
22 years there will do that, right?
Yeah, you're spot on. Now, the last time we saw you here, you were a 16-year-old whizzing around the track.
Yeah, my first. So Adelaide holds a pretty special place, actually. So my first Supercross at 12 years old was here at Wavell, and then my first professional race at 16 years old was here. So yeah, pretty damn cool.
That is cool, and welcome home, which is great. Well, our home. It's now your home, Chad. We're welcoming you back. You guys are just silly brave. I know the mental concentration you have, the physical talent you need. You guys have got balls of steel, Chad. You just pick them up, you clunk them on the table.
I wish it was that easy sometimes, but, just I guess when you're 3.5 years old and you throw a leg over it and that's what you do, it's just like walking, you just do it, get after it.
And what about the difference between motocross and supercross? A lot of guys start off obviously doing the motocross and end up morphing into the supercross. And for people that don't know, just explain the difference.
Yeah, so supercross is, kind of like our glitz and glamour. Your more prestigious event that's held at an Adelaide entertainment centre. Motocross is your typical, what I call grassroots, where you kind of cut your teeth and get groomed and learn all the skills, and it's just kind of more your average punter gets out there and rides in a field, and it goes from anything from around a couple of cones to dropping gates at the local track to then when you're 16, 17 years old, turning professional and riding on Supercross.
And of course, Supercross inside, the tracks are shorter, they're tighter, the jumps are more spectacular and the like. It's certainly a spectacle, isn't it?
It is, and that's what it's really all built around. It's just the spectacle of it, putting it in a big stadium and having. I always call it the fishbowl effect. Like you feel like a fish in the bowl. You're just down and you got everybody in the stadium around you. It's actually really cool. And I'm 41 now and retired, but I can tell you that I remember my my first race when I was 12 years old, like it was yesterday, and still get the same kick out of it all these years later.
How many pins you got in yourself, Chad?
I was fortunate, I got a few here and there, I can't lie, but for the most part I was pretty fortunate, I always felt that I worked hard and wore the appropriate clothing and gear and protective wear to keep safe.
Yeah, you were talent, that's what you were, Chad. Tell us about the track. It's a 10-gate format here in Adelaide. 3,000 tonnes of dirt has been brought in. Adelaide Oval, it's the home of cricket, the home of footy, the home of Crows, or maybe Port, but now it's home of Supercross, Chad.
Absolutely. I was just at the stadium, actually, and, some of that dirt, the thousands of loads that they're bringing in, I was there watching them bring it in, and, like I said, I'm a retired guy, and I could tell you that, the vibes and seeing a track get built and everything like that definitely makes me, excited to get out there and watch the pros do it, and should be awesome. Actually, it's been I haven't been to that stadium since 1998, so many moons later, and so it was really cool to go out there and see it and ready to see the boys get after it on Saturday.
And it's a great field too. Did I read Justin Brayton, 5-time Aussie champ, is going to come back and return and ride?
Yep. So Justin Brayton, the current or reigning Supercross champ from America, is coming back to see if he can maintain. What did you say, 5? I think so. He'll be going for number 6. So. Yeah, I might have to put the boots back on. Someone's got to beat it.
Do you know what I'd like? When the supercars are on or the drags are on and all that, you have a celebrity race, when the bikes are on. Yeah. Is there a celebrity supercross? I'd love to fing around one of these tracks, Chad.
See, that's what we need. We need you on these meetings that I sit in, because when I was growing up around it, we used to do the postie bike. So I did that. I think you'd be awesome on the postie bike.
Mate, that's a Honda 90. That was my first bike. Then I had a Yami 80. I could have been Chad Reed.
Sounds like you're well trained for it. So next year when we come back, we'll have to have a postie bike race.
Chad, I've got big coolions, and I know how to rip a bloody Honda 90 up and down. What are you looking at me like that?
Chad, I actually may have been at the entertainment centre the same night as you, because it was 1998. I did the postie bike ride, and came off but forgot to let go of the accelerator.
Oh, no.
And dragged along the dirt,
Oh, Chad, can you remember that?
Oh, no. He was in the change rooms.
Stop it.
The bloke who was the promoter said, that is the best. Can you do that again?
Yeah. Chad, let's bring it back. S-Row VT Geneva.
That was insane. Hey, I was going to ask Chad, how do we rank on a world stage as far as Supercross goes? I mean, you yourself, a 2-time world champ, but how do we rank as a country?
As a country. Yeah. So as a country right now, so we're doing really well. I think there's five championships in America right now that at the like what we class as like the highest of categories. And Australians won 4 of the 5 championships. So
wow, how good
I think not too bad.
Brilliant.
Or 4, yeah.
Chad, did you compete against Pink's husband? What was his name? With all the tats?
Nah, Kerry Hart. So Kerry Hart was a freestyler. So
I thought he was. I didn't think he did Supercross.
He did tricks. He did race Supercross, but long before my time.
Okay. What tricks can you do?
He's even older than me.
Well, I thought so. Yeah, sorry, Chad. You're only 41. Could you do any of those tricks? Did you want to move out into that?
No, I was always scared to go upside down. I did do a backflip one time, but it scared me, and I felt like I ticked the box, and that was it. I was good to go. I didn't need to do that anymore.
Chad, you're like me with the postie bike.
Yeah,
it scared
me. I did enough flips and whatnot without trying.
Yeah, well, you're a 2-time Supercross world champ. Can't wait for Saturday night. We can still get tickets at Ticketek. Yep.
Yes, sir. We got few seats left, but definitely be awesome to get out there and watch it. And we got the kids this weekend. We're bringing back the youth, and so Australian Supercross is thriving. It's really good.
Tell us about that. You got like kids events and that, juniors.
Correct. So 12 to 14-year-old 85cc, and we're actually calling it the Chad Reed Cup. So
good.
It was something that I always look back to on my career, and it was something that was really important, and it's probably been missing for about the last 15 years.
Good on
you. So we brought it back, and I'm excited to be here. And not this weekend, but my son is going to participate in the next 2, so it should be pretty fun.
Great. So if there's kids or families listening now that want to register for that, is there still time for them to do that?
It's sold out in hours, so unfortunately no. But as far as watching them and seeing what it's all about is, still available to be able to do that on Saturday.
Good work. www.ticketek.com.au this Saturday, Adelaide Oval, Fox Australia Supercross Championship. Chad Reed, our guest, you're a star. Chad, thanks for coming on, buddy.
Thanks, guys, and next year I'll bring in the postie bike race for you.
No, Chad, we will be in it.
You speak for yourself.
And it just needs to be me against Timmy, because I would fang the gizzards out of you, Tim. Chad, thanks, mate.
Thanks, guys.
Well
Appreciate
done,
it.
Chad Reed.
Brilliant.
Did you 98?
I reckon it would have been the same event, and I'll never forget it.
So a Honda 90, the postie bike, has the U shape, like it used to be the old-fashioned girls' bike. And it has the big bucket seat like a tractor seat.
Correct.
And generally, if you're on the land, you had a big cage at the back to put hay in it or feed for sheep, or if there was a lamb that was in distress, you chuck him in the back and feed. I grew up on a Honda 90.
Well, they made us go over the same track as the Supercross people.
Yeah.
So I'm firstly... Getting up the first hill was that high.
I wonder if there's any
that a lot of the
footage of it.
bikes couldn't make it up.
Okay.
Not enough power, so you go backwards. So I went backwards 3 times.
Oh,
had
no.
to eventually walk it up. Got it over the
that's
top.
not fair.
Then I went around, and as I was finishing, I thought, I'm getting used to this. But hanging, and I'm on the western side, and there's a jump you had to go over, and I hit it, and I panicked, and I went up, and then I lost it, and it went out in front of me, and instead of letting go, I held on the accelerator and dragged the last 50 metres into the fence.
Funny.
Crowd went off, loved it, thought it was hilarious. I got up, checking myself for damage.
Did you have to have a helmet and all pads and all that?
all that.
So this is before OH&S.
Oh, 98,
So
who
you know,
cares?
no, but that's what I mean. The goody-goody two-shoes.
Oh, yeah.
Chad won't get that up.
I didn't have any pads. I just had a helmet. That was it.
But there'd be waivers and all sorts.
Oh, mate, and I'll never forget the promoter saying, hey, you got to come back next year.
Yeah.
Do that again.
How's that?
I didn't mean it,
because we all like a bit of carnage.
Oh, there was carnage.
You think about it.
I think I've ruined a pair of jeans and a pair of shoes.
Oh, no. Chad Reed, our guest.
17 after 6.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G. Each week on the 5AA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy invite some of their pals from the world of sport onto the show for a chat. Thanks to Pals, Parafield Airport Liquor, home of the hardest to find wines, beers and spirits. Life's better with your pals.
If your business is customer focused, it's time to connect with the South Australian Seniors Card. Seniors Card supports over 400,000 loyal and active customers. You can grow your business and reputation by joining other local and national brands as a Seniors Card business partner. Your business and the iconic South Australian Seniors Card, helping older South Australians to enjoy life and age well. Connect now at seniorscard.sa.gov.au.
It's easy to get behind the wheel of a new Mawson Lakes Volkswagen right now. In fact, it's ridiculously easy. All you need to do is head to the showroom on Salisbury Highway, check out the range of new and demo Volkswagens on sale now, and then pick your favourite. How easy is that? All stock is ready for immediate delivery, with easy finance options available. And remember our next day servicing. Mawson Lakes Volkswagen, Salisbury Highway, just a short drive from the city.
Did you know that coffin signing is gaining popularity at funerals? Guests are asked to write a message to their loved one on a light-coloured coffin. For a personalised goodbye at a price you can afford, talk to the team at simplicityfunerals.com.au.
It's Ian Healy, and I'm here to talk to you about back pain and Kiza. If you're one of the 80% of Australians who suffer from back pain, it's tempting to do nothing. But this can cause weaknesses down the road. The best place to start with back pain is exercise, and the best place to exercise is Kiza. Kiza's physios and Swiss-designed strength training equipment help you build strength in a supervised environment. I go to Kiza, and you can too, at our new clinic in Norwood. Book your initial assessment at kiza.com.au.
What if I told you that our infant mortality rate is twice as high as non-Indigenous babies? That our kids are 11 times more likely to end up in foster care, half as likely to find employment, and will live 8 years less than average compared to non-Indigenous Australians. A no vote means no progress.
Authorised by Dean Parkin Australians for Indigenous Constitutional Recognition Limited, Sydney.
Keep it clean and running like a dream with F10 fuel treatment. Whether it's cars, trucks, earth-moving machinery, boats or bikes, petrol or diesel, no matter what you drive, F10 makes engines run smoother and more efficiently, cleans and protects injectors and pumps, and extends the life of your engine. F10 removes water, wax, varnishes and diesel bug contamination. F10 fuel treatment. Available at Auto One, Atom, Blackwoods, Burson's and Repco stores.
Send invoices, pay bills, send appointment reminders. Want to streamline your business management tools? Thrive helps you manage communications, payments, schedules and more, all in one place. Search Thrive, THRYV, today.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
Oliver's future at the Demons will be thrashed out tonight when the club is locked in meetings, including at board level, to discuss whether to put him up for trade. Melbourne is still yet to issue any statement around Oliver, something that is likely to come later tonight. Rivals circling Oliver, aware of tension between the gun midfielder and some sections of the Demons over his attitude. Now, the Demons still hold the keys given he is contracted until 2030, but clubs, including Adelaide, are doing due diligence on how a trade would work and how to fit in his $7 million plus contract.
That is Mitch Cleary on Channel 7 Melbourne tonight.
Name a bigger player on the market in the prime of his life than him in the last 30 years.
Dusty
Four-time BNF. Well, he was never on the table.
On the market.
No, I'm
he's
just saying.
legit on the table.
Oh, I thought you meant
would player.
Yeah.
Dusty Martin's a better player than this bloke. But on the table, like a legit get. 7 years, $7 million. He's 26. 4-time BNF, 3-time All-Australian Premiership player.
It's a weird falling out.
It is.
It's a weird falling out.
I don't care how weird it is. Get it done.
Yeah, I can appreciate
it done.
I can appreciate your enthusiasm.
So how true is the rumours that Burgess, Dawson and Laird are in Melbourne tonight?
We don't know that, but what we do know is that there's serious interest from Adelaide, because that's being reported by Channel 7 as well.
Is massive. Should we play it again? No,
you can't.
No, you can't.
Now it's getting
Done.
real. You don't want it to actually...
See, at 4 o'clock when we got the mail, and we had the Queensland trainer ring, who's friends with the brother of Burjo. That's
Second
when I
cousin.
well because that's new news. That's kissing cousin Timmy, kissing cousins, right? But now that is real.
Yeah.
That could happen. Can the Crows get that done?
Yep.
Can Jay Reid get that over the line?
You would be significantly improved.
Oh, we'd be in a grand final.
Clayton Oliver, round 1,
Timmy,
in the Crows' colours at Adelaide Oval.
Crows in the grand final.
I'd book tickets now.
Timmy,
Book your tickets now.
See, I know that face. I know you for 30 years. You're doing what you used to do to be on the footy field. You're toying with me,
False
son.
sense of security.
That's exactly what you're doing. Hey, Curtis Mead's become the first South Australian to appear in an MLB playoff game. This is actually enormous.
I think they're in the wild card, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. He was named in the Tampa Bay Rays starting lineup for game 1. It was about 5:30 this morning. He got a hit on first at bat. I mean, that's massive. So he's the first positional player, so that's a non-pitcher, from Australia to play in a modern-day Major League Baseball playoff, and he's the 6th Australian ever.
He's being a bit of a trailblazer, isn't he, for young up-and-coming baseballers? He's definitely setting the trend.
The Tampa Bay Rays play the Texan Rangers in a best-of-3 wildcard series this week. I have 2 new teams. Tottenham Hotspurs
and Tampa
Bay. Did I tell you when we interviewed Curtis Mead that Christmas Eve? He was in our spa.
Right, yeah,
so that's my claim to fame.
There you go.
What else did you say about him?
Yeah.
Well, he was a little bit chubby back then.
Oh, God.
Well, he was wearing some budgie smugglers, and I tell you what, he had a bullnose veranda over the tool shed.
Yes,
and now he's... No, but you know what? Baseballers, you're allowed to be fat.
Yeah.
I should have been a baseballer.
Strength comes with a little bit of extra weight behind the bat, don't you?
Well, you think about it. I'm carrying around, say, 113 kilo. I'd be more powerful than you, Timmy.
Absolutely,
I could pick you up and throw you at that dartboard.
Absolutely.
Hello, Ben at Clarence Gardens.
G'day, guys. Just quickly, I was thinking about, obviously, the trading and with Ollie, but the other one I was thinking about was Dersma to Essendon. Now, I know, obviously, he's got a year to run and he's just signed.
Yep.
But obviously, he's got a bit of currency, and we need to fatten up our draft spots for your Radicaliers and probably your Sweet as well. Would he be in the mix with that trade possibly?
And Ben, so are you saying you'd do it to try and get higher up in the draft? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, I'm just saying to get to fatten up our draft stocks, because again, what have we earned? We've only got 3 at the moment. So you sort of look at Dersma, a Zerk Thatcher and a draft pick for the swap. So we can then sort of start to strengthen up our draft position to maybe couple some up, or to just go the straight trade through with Radicalier instead of just offering the 1 second rounder. We offer the sort of 2 second rounders, or the second rounder and the third rounder, or something like that. So
I think they'll be doing some sort of deal, Ben, like that.
I'm not making Durs with the steak knives.
No,
and you end up
not.
with Radicalier.
Definitely not. No,
mate, they'd lynch him.
Because I think Dersman's got so much upside. It's not funny coming. But I know what you're saying, though, Ben. He makes a good point about what they need to do and put on the table to try and get it done. But, yeah.
It might be number 16.
We get a bit too attached to, don't we?
Yeah, you're not even playing him in the midfield. Hello, Stavros.
G'day, boys. How are you?
You know my nickname with my family, Stavros.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. You don't know how I got my name, so we won't go into that.
Fair enough. If it's a good story, we can.
Well, it's a good one, but it's R-rated.
Oh, fair enough.
God.
Yep.
What do
we won't do that now.
No. You'll get dumped, Stavros.
Yeah, no, you won't need to dump me on this one. I've got a bit of a joke for you fellas, and it's relating to the darts.
Yeah. Oh, please.
Now, Timmy, you're pretty good with your numbers, right? So we had a darts comp by the local church, right, and the nuns were doing the scoring. So I've gone up there and I've thrown a triple 20,
180.
a 20, a triple 20.
Yep. 60.
A 20.
Yep.
And the third dart bounced out and hit the nun. So what's my score?
Oh, I would say 80. Oh, there you go. What do you say?
180.
Oh, Stavros!
Stavros, that was brilliant.
That's a $50 Powers voucher right there.
And didn't have to dump him. No. Champion.
Stavros.
Well done, mate. Great gag,
Say
mate.
it again, because you said it brilliant. Say it again.
Yeah.
Not the whole gag, the last bit.
The punchline.
All right. Just the punchline.
Yeah, not the whole gag, just the punchline.
One nun.
One nun and an 80.
And an 80.
I'm a simpleton, aren't I? Well done, Stavros.
I love that. All right, we'll be building up with more sport tomorrow because we are out of time this evening. Well done, gents. Next, Charlie Dixon and his show Driving with Dixon.
The 5AA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy G. 5AA Breakfast.
Port Adelaide legend Jeff Motley will be farewelled with a public memorial on Monday at Alberton Oval. There'll be a number of Port Adelaide greats on hand to participate in the event.
Informing Adelaide.
Port Adelaide have said the funeral will also be